The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. If you're a sensitive snowflake that may get easily offended, then turn this off immediately. If you want to hear the real truth about the gun culture, then stick around. This is the Armed Citizen Podcast. What is going on, my Ghost Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 242. Today's date is Tuesday, good Lord, I'm getting old. May 17th, 2022. We are live as always on YouTube and over on Facebook. If you're out there in the live chat, welcome. Leave us a comment out there. We don't know that you're out there unless you do say something. If you are new to the channel, new to the show, first of all, we cannot promise to make you any smarter. Hell, we're just hoping not to make you any dumber. But welcome to the dark side. Let us know that your first time's out there, where you're from, and let us pop your cherry. If you want to call or text into the show, yes, you can call and text into the show. Utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends Rod and Shelly Gates over at Aegis Gun Care. If you're a veteran, really anybody. Oh, by the way, that phone number is 530-364-4678. It's scrolling down below. If you're a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran out there and you're in that hole, you're in the darkness, and you're questioning whether there's light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I can't give you medical advice, but I could be a pretty decent ear and listen to you and maybe talk you through some shit. If you are looking for someone that can get you towards some medical help, please remember things. One, you are not alone in this fight. You have a lot of brothers and sisters out here that are willing and able to help you in any way possible. And number two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please, 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 I implore you, utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline. 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255. Veterans, press the number 1. We are spotlighting, as always, the United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And as always, we're a proud member of the Self-Defense Radio Network. Go check out all the awesome Pro Gun, Pro 2A podcasts over on selfdefenseradio.net. Let me, holy shit, the diva showed up. Let me introduce you, our homies. We possibly could have 1, 2, or 3 special guests showing up. Schedules, you never know. But yeah, we're going to we got our usual suspects, the FBI's most wanted, as we say, all the way from Flo Rida, the director of food and beverage for gearreport.com, gear-report.com. What's up, TJ? How you doing, bro?
Oh, pretty good. Sweating away, Florida. Gotta love it.
It was hot last. What did I say? Food and beverage?
Food and beverages, just snacks.
No, it's the same. It's snacks and beverages.
Hey,
not really
much,
food. So yeah. You're the guy, like, before we go to SHOT Show, when I need to put my order in for the week's worth of crayons, you're my guy.
I got you.
I got a requisition through there. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
before we get going, go ahead.
Little boxes of Fruit Loops for Clover. I mean, whatever you guys need. Yeah, we'll get it all there.
All right. You're going to send pallets of it, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yes. All right. $4.99 super sticker. Appreciate you, guy out there. He doesn't say anything, but it's the sticker. I appreciate it, guys. You know that we don't ask nor do we encourage super chats or super stickers, but most of you know that all super chats and stickers, all that stuff raised through here, goes to sending care packages to our guys and gals downrange. So thank you very much. Now, he also says title of U.S. Marine is achieved through how many crayons you can eat. That's fair. Most people don't realize that we talk about MREs a lot. What we don't tell you is that in addition to an MRE, they give us a box of crayons. So usually we don't eat our MREs. We just go with the crayons. So yeah. So there you go. Jason says Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis. we'll go through the crowd here in a second. And I guess, shit, we got to bring up the diva. So, guys, as you guys know, well, first of all, I don't want you guys to think your televisions are playing a trick on you. That is not an avatar. That is really Clover in his magical ways. He won't blink through this entire duration of this podcast. So, being a leprechaun is pretty cool. And knowing that we're talking tactical stuff tonight, he brings his AR. So he's actually got a little plate carrier on too there. So the FUD King is going all tactical. So riding shotgun as always with us is our quasi co-host, I guess at this point, from the great state of Texas, the tactical virus himself. Leprechaun. I am his hype man. I feel like Jimmy the Heart or whatever his name was, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, for this guy. So entering the ring at 5'2", 211 pounds, Clover Tack. What's up?
You're much better than Jimmy Hart. You would be like a Bobby Heenan maybe or something.
I don't know. Is that I always liked Jimmy Hart. I thought Jimmy Hart was a cool dude,
I think he was good. I think Bobby Heenan was probably the better of all of them.
Well, he was probably actually the best hype man, but I think Jimmy Hart was one of those guys that people actually wanted to see. He didn't get anything done. He was just crazy, and
yeah, it's true.
So that on top of that, he came to Dallas a lot. Once again, I didn't watch wrestling a whole lot, but in Dallas growing up in Tarrant County, which is Fort Worth, the Von Erichs ran the Dallas wrestling scene. And in Clover, most people know this. The guys in Memphis with Jerry Lawler and all those guys, and the Von Erichs and all the guys in Dallas, to make money, they had to go to Memphis, and the Memphis guys came to Dallas and all that. So Jimmy Hart was with Jerry Lawler for a long time, but he came to Dallas a lot. So I got to see Jimmy Hart, a lot. And not in person, I don't go watch it, but I watched it. It was on Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, whatever it was, wrestling that I watched every weekend because I was a Von Erich fan. But so I got to see Jimmy Hart. So I guess that's why I prefer him, as he was on Dallas TV quite a bit.
Right.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm not a fan of wrestling, so let's get off of wrestling. Anyways, Clover, since you're riding shotgun, as everyone knows, we like to do a shotgun of the week. What is it, Clover? What you got for me this week?
Let's go Mossberg 595.
I'm okay with that.
But are you really? Do you even know what a 595 is?
I was saying that when you said 590, I was expecting you to say 590. I'm not going to lie. So I don't even know what a 595 is. I don't think.
595 is a bolt action magazine.
Snap. No, I am not okay with that. I am definitely not okay with it. I was okay when you said 590 and you would stop there.
But it's 18.5-inch barrel.
It's magazine fed.
An 18.5-inch barrel.
Okay. I'm a little more okay with it. I'm still not, bolt action.
Yeah, the magazine fed. Good. Everything else,
Yeah. 18.5 inches magazine fed. I'm down with until you say bolt fed or bolt action. Like, you know what?
Mad minute, man. Mad minute with that puppy.
A madder minute with an AR shotgun. A lot madder minute.
I guess.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Let's say hi to everybody out there. Like I said, we're hoping to get Diesel on here. He replied and said that he thinks he can make it. He's probably working, so he might be a little bit late. We got a couple more links out there to some people that might show up, little surprises. Hopefully they show up, but you never know. We might get all of them. We might get none of them. You know how this live thing works. But let's say hi to everybody out there. G-Web's out there. Said, have a good show. 223 DMR. What's up, homie? The Tactical FUD. What's up, Buck? Screaming Skull Saloon's out there. What's up, homie? Guy Nall, he said out there. Hello, Gizzard Gary. What's up, Gary? Shooting Gallery New England. What's up, Joe? Two Live Moo. So I guess, can I call him Two Live Boo? I'm a ghost. Make sure I make that reference. I don't know. Eat more chicken is what he's basically saying. Eat more chicken. So Moo's out there. Ozzy. Bark at the moon.
Are we talking? Are we talking the Lord's chicken?
What's the Lord's chicken?
Chick-fil-A, of course.
Oh, well, Chick-fil-A is wonderful. See, here's the thing, and we'll get onto this. Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. Can't go wrong with either one. They're both good in their own right. I've got Popeyes waiting out there. I had to go down to see my sleep doctor, drop off some stuff to him. Of course, I had to stop by Popeyes because it's down there in 45 minutes. By the way, big day today in my small town in rural north central Arkansas. Today at 10 o'clock this morning, officially Arby's opened up in town. So
nice. A lot of people don't like Arby's.
Oh, I love Arby's.
Arby's is good.
Beef and cheddar all the way. And they kind of do something that McDonald's does, and it's rather upsetting to me. You know, like McDonald's will bring in the McRib 2 or 3 times a year, and they just destroy it for that 2-week span. And then it goes away, come back in 6 months or whatever. Arby's does the same thing for about a 2-week span, a couple times a year. They'll have the hot ham and Swiss sandwich. And those are to die for, but they just go away and they don't come back. And it really upsets me.
Down here, the one by us had it was a barbecue fatback sandwich, limited time, and it was disturbingly good. I mean, I get 2 every time I went. It was so bad.
It does sound good.
And then it went away, and I was like, oh, so upsetting.
Bruce out there, Bruce Magruder says, love that, would not want to be dumber. Like I said, I can't promise you. We just try not to make you dumber. Can't say that we're going to. Andrew Carmichael's out there. What's up, Andrew? He's got the wolf banana going. I'm not very good at reading emojis. I'm not smart enough to do that. Does that mean something? Or is it just wolf banana, wolf banana, wolf banana? I don't know. Anyways, what's up, man? Let's see here. Chris from the 740 is out there. Thank you, Chris. Chris is a new patron, so thank you for joining the Go Squad. Thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. We really do appreciate you. Couldn't do this without the keeps the lights on for sure. Wheeled and well armed out there. Says hello, fellows. It's being awfully classy and stuff. We're not that way here, man. And Gary says, did I say height, man? Compared to Clover, I tower over Clover. I'm just saying, tower over Clover. And I'm waiting. He's not arguing, so I think he even realizes that at this point. Let's see here. Did I say? I don't think I said Andrew. Yeah, Andrew Carmichael. I did say up here, but in Memphis, is that place you woke up one time? I have woken up one time on Beale Street. Yeah, that was an interesting night for sure. Let's see here. Going down. Honcho Fett. What's up, Honcho? He says, do the damn thing, y'all. So let me see if I'm missing anything or missing anyone. I got a $5 super chat from Foss. Thank you so much. Peace, brother. Peace. Mighty Mouse is in the house. That rhymes. I'm trying to. Let's see here. Honcho says Taco Bell got that Mex pizza back soon. Get it and get your squats back on track. I guess that would clean your system out. I guess I'm a Taco Bell fan, and it can't be a lot though. It's not. I can't have it all the time, but like I'll go and I'll get a 5-layer burrito and a couple soft tacos, and I'm good.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Every once in a while, I'm like, you know what sounds good? Soft taco supremes.
That's right.
How many do you want? 7. Like, okay, we're good.
They've got a thing that I found one time, and I don't know if it's on the menu all the time. If I'm really hungry, they've got like a 5-pack thing or something where you get like 5-layer burritos, 5 soft tacos, and 5 crunchy tacos. I'm like, I got that one time, and it took me a while, but I finished it, and I was hurting. I was hurting the next day.
I bet. That sounds like a challenge, though.
So good. It was so good. Like I said, not all the time, but there is a time and a place for Taco Bell. For sure.
So if you stay away from the flour tortillas and the beans, you can put a lot more down. I can tell you that much. It doesn't hurt any less, but you can put a lot more down.
It's not. There's no way it could hurt less. There's no doubt.
The beans and the flour tortillas are filling. They'll get you.
Yeah, like I said, I go and I'll get a few soft tacos or taco supremes, depending on. I'm a big sour cream guy. Usually I'll just take the tomatoes off because I hate saying no tomatoes on one because it takes time and I don't want to bit. So I'll just,
It doesn't take time. It saves them time. And if you would use the freaking apps like a normal person in 2022, you can order it however you want. You could even do special order stuff. The apps, people, for ordering food is amazing. Use them. And plus, there's great deals. I got an entire meal.
I don't know why he's yelling at us, bro. Why is he yelling at us, DJ?
Passionate about food, so I got an entire. Listen to me though. So
we're listening.
We go to Chick-fil-A. I get my Lord's chicken every Thursday. Go figure. On Thursday, that's weird, but anyway. So we had the grandbabies, and my wife was like,
"Well, on Sunday, that's for sure."
My wife was like, "Okay, we need to get them some stuff and all that." And I'm like, "Oh my God, whatever." I got the entire meal, including theirs and everything. It was all comped. It was all free with points. I had that many points and all built up, and you get like free stuff through the apps all the time. They'll send you like McDonald's, free fries Friday. So with any order on Friday, you get a free order of large fries with the McDonald's app. I mean, it's amazing the savings you have and the special things you can do. The secret menu.
But how much money do you have to spend to get that free fry?
You don't. You just have to place an order. So you could buy literally a dollar menu item like a cheeseburger, and you get a large fry with it.
What I'm saying is, it's like, look at me in the free fries, but the points where you get free stuff, you're paying for it.
You need about $8 worth at Chick-fil-A. I can tell you this for a fact: about $8 to $10 get you a free Chick-fil-A sandwich. $8 to $10. So every meal you get essentially a free sandwich.
That's not bad. I don't eat out enough. I don't think I eat that stuff enough to accrue any points.
No, because we have here we don't have the Chick-fil-A here. We have to drive 45 minutes to it.
And if you remember, and I know you don't like Pizza Hut, but remember in Indy, we were tired or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, let's just order pizza." And we ordered 3 or 4 pizzas or something. I paid for all of those with points through Pizza Hut.
Yeah. My son, he gets the points on the pizza. He's like, "We're getting pizza."
No, I get them at Domino's.
I'm like,
I have a lot of points at Domino's and a lot of points at Casey's Pizza.
Yeah.
Domino's, I get them because they're the only ones that deliver to my office. But I don't get pizza from Domino's. Very rarely. I've got a really good Philly cheesesteak sandwich and a really good chicken parm sandwich. Their sandwiches are really good there at Domino's. But my wife will use the points and say, "Oh, you're eligible." I have like 3 or 4 free pizzas. I don't ever use them, so my wife will use them occasionally. But we've got all these pizzas because I don't eat the pizza there.
Well, more to your point, I hear a couple of things. I hear people that like to do special things, order special things, but it's like, "Oh, I don't like to bother them," or this, that, and the other. Well, basically what you said, right? And then trying to explain things to people sometimes, right? Like behind the counter, and then trusting they even get it right. And that's the beauty is if you go through the app, you have all the customizations and stuff there, and it puts it on the screen. And I've never had an app order that was wrong.
But to me, it's just weird. I'm going through the drive-through, and they ask me, "Are you going to use the app?" I'm at the drive-through. I'm like, "Yeah, you still use the app." I'm like,
"Well, I ordered an app." You remember in South Carolina, I ordered it through the app in the restaurant at Chick-fil-A and just gave them the table number. And I just sit down, ordered, gave them my table number. They brought it to me. It was done. And by the time we got over to Wendy's for the Frosties, I'd ordered them through the app. And we just drove up. And I said, "I got an app order." And they're like, "Oh, okay, come on around."
Yeah, I'm not typically a fast food guy. I do enjoy fast. I try not to eat it very often. Maybe I should start using the app.
Start accruing some points. There you go. Yeah, the only points I accrue are at the ABC store. I get all kinds of coupons and stuff from there.
I bet you do.
I use those.
I bet you do. Shout out to Screaming Skull Saloon, $5 super chat. He says beard tacos. I think it's a taco. It looks like a taco to me. There you go. Can't beat that. Big Al wants to know, are they tactical chickens? Could be. Defense Dad agrees. He says most people are cheaper if you order through the app. So yeah. Big Al says I swore that I'd never own another chicken after growing up poor and spending my mornings trying to not get killed by a rooster that hated me. That's fair. I've never done that, but I'd imagine that's not very fun. I know those things can be pretty obnoxious.
Been there. Aluminum baseball bats work great.
I'll take your word for it.
I never killed them.
I'm like, McDonald's has loopholes. He said McDonald's has loopholes. A plain biscuit is $1.69, but a biscuit with sausage is $1. Yeah. That's the old Arsenio Hall. Things that make you go, Is it really sausage? Let's be honest. So, anyways, all right. We could go down food chat for about 4 hours. We actually do have an agenda tonight. So before we do that, as always, every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday morning at 10 a.m. over in our YouTube community tab, we put out our polls. We like to have a little fun with them and all of that. So let's go to our first one. If I can find it. Where was it? There we go. We kind of touched on this a little bit last week towards the end, but it was 5 days ago, 1.8 thousand votes. Thank you for all those votes. If the election was held today, who would you vote for president? Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Tulsi Gabbard, or other? Leave a comment. So TJ, being from Florida, would you vote for DeSantis? Because there's a lot of comments in this that said they wouldn't vote for DeSantis because they want to keep him in Florida one more term.
We want to keep him here. He does such a great job of keeping he kept the state going.
Yeah.
So, I liked Tulsi. I liked Tulsi before, she didn't get the bid.
Yeah.
Because apparently she was the best candidate. So they said, no, we don't want her. We want Joe.
Tulsi's awesome. And I know she's not perfect, but let's be honest, none of these candidates are perfect. You sit there and say, well, she's anti-2A. She's not anti-2A at all. But we had a pro-gun president in for 4 years with Trump, and what the hell happened? So let's just be honest about that. I'm not saying to do that. Just read up on her. That's all I'm going to say. You might be surprised at what you find out with Tulsi. As far as DeSantis goes, I think DeSantis is the future of the Republican Party, but I say it's the future. I don't think he's quite ready. I think he'd be a phenomenal candidate in 4 more years. Maybe the 2028 election, I think, would be his time. I'm not saying that he couldn't go make a run. I just think personally, I think that he is the future.
Yeah.
Until he screws it up. It's his to lose. But I think that
I don't know if he keeps plowing stuff through it's just common sense stuff,
Yeah.
So it's like, but hopefully he can help out some Floridians, with all this increases and everything. And I think he's gonna, work his magic. So I want to keep him around. I want to keep him in Florida for a while.
I like what I have seen from him. I don't have a problem with really anything with him. I just don't think it's quite his time. And that's just something that I think that what I mean by that is I think that he's 4 more years prepares him for what he's getting ready to go with. Can he handle it in 2024? No doubt in my mind.
Right.
No doubt in my mind. But I think that 4 more years, he's going to be ready to go.
Well, we need those 4 years to get a replacement. That's the problem. He's got to train somebody so we can be like, all right, we'll be fine with him.
Yep.
Or her.
That's a real thing.
Oh, I know.
Now, this is something that was a lot in the comments. Rand Paul. Rand Paul is not bad. Not bad. He's a lot better than a lot of people that
I guarantee he would nuke a ton of the excess spending and wasteful spending that we do.
He would.
Wow, the budget's going down. We don't need that.
He would do a lot of what Trump did, but didn't get a lot of credit for
Mm-hmm.
on the economic side is get rid of stupid spending. Instead of paying a country $7 billion just to be our friend, say, motherfucker, we're America.
Right.
We are the last superpower in the world. If you want to be our friends, you be our friends, but I ain't paying you shit no more to be our friend.
Yeah.
He would
you
act-
don't want
he
to
would-
you don't want to be our enemy, you know.
He would axe a lot of bureaucracy too.
He
Yeah.
would 100%.
A lot of it would go to the state. Department of Education would be no more. That would go to the state. Department of Health wouldn't be no more.
Where
That
it
would all go to
should
the
be,
state.
where it
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to. I want to go down this rabbit hole at all, but I will bring it up because it brings up a thing. You know, the Republicans are getting shredded by some people about the whole Roe versus Wade. In my opinion, I actually kind of like what they're doing, not because of the decision or non-decision. The reason why the Republicans are trying to get this done is they want it to go back to the states and not be a federal issue, which this should be. This should be a state issue. It should not be a federal mandated issue. That's just my opinion.
Why are you saying Republicans?
What's that?
Why are you saying Republicans? You should
Republicans wanted to the Republicans want to get this to the state level. And
well,
not
I understand that they do, but there are Republicans that don't, and then there are also Democrats that do. So
I understand.
Let's say constitutionalists want it.
The Republicans, as in general, are the ones getting blasted. For this.
Yeah.
In general, yes, you're right. There's always everything.
Well, the reason they're getting blasted is because of mainstream media putting it out that if Roe versus Wade falls, it's a ban, and it is not a federal ban.
That's what I'm saying. They and it should be, in my opinion. You know, we don't have to agree, but this is the definition of a state's issue.
Yeah.
So,
I
that's
agree.
what it is. Thumbs up to new people coming into the chat. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the dark side. We appreciate you. Defense Dad says the libs can get butthurt all they want, but the reality of the country is better off pre-Sniffy Joe. I don't know if it was better off. I think it was heading in a upper trajectory. I think that
it was on the rise.
It was on. We were coming back to getting our pride back as a country. Now we're the laughing stock in the world. Now,
without tough times, you make weak men, and I think that's what happens when we get into a political situation where we become lax, we become lazy, and then somebody comes in and mixes it up. So he is what he is. I'm not going to say he's necessarily bad across the board because he is certainly galvanizing support or whatever against him, right? I mean, he's bringing people together, but in a different way. He's bringing people together against him.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I will say that the Biden-Harris administration has been one of the better things that's happened to the Republican Party in a long time.
Right. I would agree with that.
About it.
So he's accomplished something. Give him credit. Come on.
Yes, he has. He has brought the right together, and galvanized the right in the middle. Yeah. Absolutely. They have alienated everybody except the extreme left. Good job, Joe. Anyways, as of right now, like I said, 1.8 thousand votes in this one. Donald Trump, surprise, comes in at 57%. DeSantis comes in at 22%. Other, which a lot of them were Rand Paul and a lot of other names, but it was 180 votes for other, and a lot of them were Rand Paul, or a lot of them was just in general, anyone that was this, or anyone that would do this, or anyone but Biden type thing. But I think of the actual names, Rand Paul was quite a bit of there. In fourth place with 7% is Joe Biden. And in last place with 3% is Tulsi Gabbard. I'm telling you, people, educate yourself on Tulsi Gabbard. Educate yourself on Tulsi Gabbard. Just saying. I'm not saying to vote for her. I'm saying have an open mind and go learn about her. She might surprise a lot of you. Just saying. All right, enough of that. I'm not trying to be a political pundit for Tulsi Gabbard. I just really am a fan, and I think that I never asked you for your vote. That's right, Clover. Well, do leprechauns have voting rights?
Well, the most important of all those.
Oh, okay. So, sir, what would you vote for? Or who would you vote for?
I think I would go Joe Dirt because he's a rocker through and through, and he wants to make Def Leppard great again.
It's Joe Dirte, by the way.
Dirte, I'm sorry. Yes, he wants to make Def Leppard great again. So I'm on board with that platform, 100%. Let's go. To the thing about Trump and Trump and politicians are politicians, and I don't care what Trump was before. When he stepped into the arena, he became a politician. Politicians are going to do politician things. And not only was it horrible what Trump did with the whole bump stock thing, but make no mistake, that set in motion what Biden has followed up with.
What he's doing right now, absolutely.
People don't realize when one party does something and opens a door or opens a pathway, the opposing party to that, or the opposing whatever to that view might be, once they gain any kind of power, can then utilize that against us as well. So we've got to be extremely careful. So it's not, for me, it's not just that Trump. People want to blame a lot of things nowadays, right? Take the heat off of Biden and put it on Trump. And Trump deserves some of the blame with the 2A attacks that's going on from the administration today. He started that.
Not only did he start that wave, if you will. I hate using that word wave because it's overused for a lot of bad stuff or weird stuff. Right. The wave of the ATF being just pricks about it. Let's also remember that he could have very easily pressured a Republican Congress and Senate at the time for reciprocity, for concealed carry reciprocity and the Hearing Protection Act.
He could have put a head in the ATF for Pete's sake.
Well, that's even more. Yes, he could have put
a pro 2A head.
Because he had at that time the Senate, the confirmation would have confirmed, and he could have pressured with him saying, I want these things done. Not only did he not pressure them, he almost went against reciprocity in the Hearing Protection Act. He obviously didn't even try to appoint a pro-gun ATF head, and then he goes with a bump stock. Now, so let's just be honest. Economically, I think Trump did some really good things. If you're talking 2A,
and internationally,
he was no friend of the 2. Internationally, did some great things. He was no friend of the 2A. Now, I am not a single issue voter. I apologize if that offends people out there that say you're a single issue voter. I have a lot of things in my life that are important to me, and not just guns. So guns are not the only thing that I look at when I talk about this. So I know a lot of people are, and that's cool. But if you're a single issue voter that's 2A, you might not want to be looking at Trump. I'm just saying. He was no friend of the 2A for the 4 years he was in. Defense that says Chuck Norris for president. Russell will toe the line.
He's a Glock man now. You realize that?
He's a Glock guy. He is. He is the face of Glock. He took over for Gunny.
Keep that in mind. For all you Glock haters out there.
Our second poll 3 days ago has 1.3 thousand votes. Who is your favorite Star Wars character? This is in reference to next week or before next show. There's a series coming out on Disney that I have been looking. I know Clover's been looking forward to. TJ, I'm not sure if you're a Star Wars guy, but it's Obi-Wan Kenobi's got his series coming out. So who is your favorite Star Wars character of these? Obviously, I put the catch-all, the other at the end, but Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo, Yoda, or other. And I think most people that know me, if we got a call early, it must be Pat.
It's Pat.
Armed Citizen Podcast. Who's this?
Oh, I had to call in as soon as you guys brought up Star Wars.
Did I not give you? Did I not make myself clear? There's only one answer, and it's Darth Vader.
Yep.
Let's just be honest. There's only one answer, guys. Just kidding.
I don't know
As
about that.
as long as it's not Luke Skywalker. If you say Luke Skywalker, I'm hanging up the phone. I'm just saying.
Oh no.
Okay.
No,
all right.
not
We're
Luke
good. We're
Skywalker.
good. All right. All right.
No.
We're good.
No.
So
no.
who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Oh, it's got to be Chewie.
Okay, I'm down with that. I could
Chewbacca
go with
for
that.
sure.
I could go with that. And you know what? Mario, I will ban your ass in a heartbeat. He says Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Clover and I.
No, I got to go with Chewbacca because he is one of the most steadfast.
Oh yeah.
Sidekicks, and he will stick through any task.
He's
and
loyal,
one of the most dead-on shots.
Great shot.
How many shots
very loyal.
have you ever seen Chewie take and hit? He's got the best hit-to-kill ratio than any other character on that whole deal.
Probably.
So,
yeah.
I mean, he's got that one gun. He fires it well. And
by the way, it might be the most badass weapon outside of a lightsaber out there is a crossbow laser phaser. I mean, good Lord.
That's
that ass.
For sure. I mean, who combines a crossbow with a laser?
The bowcaster.
I mean, that's just freaking stellar as far as I'm concerned.
Just for the record,
No.
Vader does not have to hit to kill. I'm just saying.
True. He just
right.
Yep. That's true.
He just looks at you and you're like, oh fuck yeah. I'll just do it myself.
I'm done.
Like, that's true. That's true. But no, I'd have to vote for Chewbacca on that, just because
I could give you.
I think he's one of the most loyal characters on the whole deal.
I will not ban you for that answer. So I love Chewbacca for sure. So that was a good one. Good job. I'll accept this phone call.
I live the podcast another day.
That's right. I will accept your answer. So right on, bro.
All
right. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. Well, y'all have a good one and a good show tonight.
You too. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
And we haven't even gotten to the show yet. Johnny Five for the win, says New York Outcast. That's funny. We were talking last week or a couple weeks ago. Clover and I have really weird conversations on the phone. But we were talking about Obi-Wan's series, and we were talking about which series that we would love to see. And Chewbacca was actually one of the characters that we would love to get a series. Maybe even an origin series and see life, before Yoda went to his island and before Order 66 and all that. But I mean, that would be a really, really cool series for me. I'm a big Chewie fan. I think everyone respects Chewie because it's loyal. He's a good dude.
Well,
I'm all for
there's
Chewie.
Never been Wookiee subtitles to my knowledge.
No.
And so trying to pull that off would be really weird. That's why he's kind of a supporting cast, and you get what he's saying through other people's conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other people interacting with him. So it'd be really weird to watch something like that with subtitles.
It would, Chewie and R2 are the only two characters, not just in the Star Wars realm, but in many realms, that don't have captioning, but you know exactly what they're saying. And R2's going to tell you to go fuck yourself.
Right.
And the great thing, so R2 and Chewie never had captions, the subtitles, whatever you want to call them, but you knew exactly what those two were trying to say at all times. Absolutely. Now Andrew did say that he did have the Wookiee Life Day Christmas thing. That was back in like the late 70s, early 80s, and that was bad.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was bad. I don't even know what this is. He says, I've been a member of the 501st Legion since 2009. However, I haven't done an event. I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did I miss? I must have missed something. So I don't know. R2 and the Galactic Empire would rule the galaxy.
Uh-huh.
Boba Fett's the GOAT. Love Boba Fett. No doubt about it. Love Boba Fett.
Wasn't on the list.
Wasn't on the list. Of this list, Clover, are you gonna go other? And
I chose from the list. I would pressed, I would go other, and I would go Fett. And I got into a conversation. I think maybe it was Mad Sexy or somebody on Instagram that was talking about Han shooting first, talking about Greedo, right? And Han shooting first, and I'm like, it wouldn't matter. Boba would have got him either way. And he was like, but Boba got him, but this, that. And I'm like, you got to realize the Empire got in the way of Fett pursuing Solo.
Correct.
Fett would have gotten Solo and got him to Jabba, not frozen in carbonite.
Not frozen. Absolutely.
And it would be a whole different story at that point, because the whole predication, the whole thing was with him being frozen, right? That's how Leia was, everybody was sleeping and she was able to do, had he not been frozen, he probably would have already been put to death by the time they got there. You know what I mean? So he would have got his man. But no, I mean, I'm an Empire guy through and through. Rebel scum are nothing but terrorists. Look at all the thousands and millions of people they murdered, not only on the first Death Star, but absolutely on the second Death Star. People like TJ, contractors that were just there to build stuff, is all they were doing. They were trying to provide for their family. And Chewie, your beloved Chewie out there, and Lando and Admiral Akbar and all the other goofballs that blew the thing up didn't care one bit for the thousands of contractors and stuff working on that Death Star.
Contractors' lives matter. Just saying.
Yeah, the cooks. Imagine the staff and the people that were just cooks. Think about the prisoners. We talked about this. Think about both the Death Stars and how big the prisoner decks were alone, and the people that they killed, and they didn't think about that.
And a lot of those were rebels. They killed their own people.
Yeah, I'm an Empire guy. Vader, without a doubt.
I'm an Empire guy, except for Palpatine. I don't dislike Palpatine. I understand that the way he goes about things. I'm going to go a little different direction. I think Palpatine was soft. I think he relied on Vader too much. And maybe now the Vader story I would like to see, and you and I talked about this, Clover, is hopefully we can see some of this is through Obi-Wan's thing. People forget that there is a gap of the first 10 to 15 years of Vader where that motherfucker was as ruthless gangster as there was.
Yeah.
And that's the Vader I want to see, because that dude literally struck fear in the galaxy.
Palpatine never really wanted Vader. Palpatine wanted Luke. No,
he wanted Luke.
Palpatine
he knew that Anakin was the way to get to Luke.
So Palpatine could not, at the end of the day, and I think we've seen that play out, Palpatine really couldn't control Vader. Anakin was wild and crazy, and it was from day one, just about. Luke was much
since he was 5 years old on Tatooine.
Luke was much more docile and controllable. So ultimately, Palpatine used Vader to get to Luke.
Yep, no doubt about it. TJ, I know that you probably don't give a shit about this. I don't know if you're a big Star Wars guy.
It's not that I don't give a shit about it. I'm just not. I watch the movies, but I'm not like a fan child or anything like that. I enjoy it. Like we just watched the Boba Fett series.
Oh, so
which
good.
I thought was awesome.
It was awesome.
Then I got into
tired of the Mandalorian side. I wish they would have. I appreciate the fact they brought Mandalorian into it, but I think they would have a little bit too far with Mandalorian involved in the Boba Fett. I wanted more Boba Fett. That's just me.
Yeah, but then the
last episode was badass.
Yeah, then I jumped over to the Halo series, which was pretty good.
I've never been a Halo guy, so I've never played Halo, any of the Halos.
My son played Halo.
Any of the Halos, so I have no idea. A lot of people said that I should, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. But I'm gonna go with Solo. Just because of the attitude. I love it.
So if I had to pick a Rebel favorite character, hands down, it's Solo.
I'm on the wrong side apparently.
No. I love Han.
Yeah.
I grew up being a Vader guy.
Yeah.
For some reason, Vader to me was just like the coolest motherfucker out there, you know. But I grew up a Han fan. I really didn't care about Luke. I thought Luke was a little crying bitch.
I was just saying,
to be honest with you.
Look at that little guy.
And I was a Han, but Han is the perfect person. This dude he's a smart ass. He's a smuggler. He's got the best ship in the galaxy. He has zero responsibilities, and no one expects anything from him. So when he does anything right, he's a hero. And he gets Leia. So I mean, it's almost perfect. I mean, it's like that's the greatest character ever.
Okay, here's a theory. Is Solo even remotely likable? A, without the Millennium Falcon, which was totally different, by the way, than any other Corellian freighter.
That's a tough one.
Or Chewie. Or Chewie. Is he even likable at all? I say no.
Without the ship.
He's a nothing burger. Without the ship and or Chewie, he's nothing.
That's tough.
I'll give you that.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see, because I think
he got took over by teddy bears without Chewie by himself on Endor. Think about it.
I know.
Yeah, I will say this. Part of what I love about Han is his arrogance. And I think that having the Falcon and Chewie help give him some of that arrogance. So
he could back up his little talk a little bit with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing you got a fucking Wookiee behind you going, hey.
You can talk some smack. Like, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But he did shoot first, too. Just keep that in mind.
What's going on in here, and why did I have to send ghost semi-nude selfies to be allowed in here?
That's the rule. You didn't get the memo.
I hope this. I hope this is Shelly. I'm just saying. If we're talking, let's be honest. That's kidding. I haven't gotten these. I would have noticed if I would have gotten some semi-nude. You haven't sent me those. Did you? God, I hope not. Well, I don't know why I'm looking. Why would I look at that? Even if he did, why would I look at it?
You were looking.
Yes.
Just in case.
Now, Defense Dad says, "Is Tatooine?"
There was no try.
So yeah. So this is an interesting question because Clover and I had this discussion also. Is Tatooine sort of like the Arkansas of space? I mean, Luke did try to kiss his own sister.
Ain't no try.
He did kiss his own sister. Let's be honest.
It's probably more Tennessee.
So here's the thing. Well, here's the thing about Tatooine is Tatooine wasn't always the arid, dry desert planet.
It was Waterworld, basically.
Waterworld. Before, so
lots of industry, lots of huge buildings, lots of metal, which would make sense with, iron and other things. Obviously, there's spice there among, other things. But yeah.
You gotta love Honcho. Spock is the strongest Jedi. He's trying to piss some people off now. That's funny. That's funny.
The needs of the many do outweigh the needs of one.
This is true. 1.3 thousand votes. Going in first place at 32%. 32% of the people got it right. Darth Vader, hands down. In second place with 23%, Yoda. I'd be okay with Yoda. I'd be okay. I would love to see a Yoda series, by the way. In third place at 21% is Han. And coming in tied for fourth at 12% is Luke and other. And let's just kind of scroll down to the other where they left comments.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Obi-Wan, I could, sure, I could see that. There's not a lot of Sith love, which is a little disappointing. There has been some badass Siths over the whole generation of Star Wars. There's been some really cool Jedis as well, but
Sith are a lot closer to the OG Jedi than.
Yeah. This one guy says HK-47 or T3M4. Let's see here. Ahsoka got a lot of others. She's got her own series coming out.
Potentially the best lightsaber of anybody is Ahsoka. We had that conversation before.
We did, and I said that I would pick Darth Maul, but I understand. Yeah,
Ahsoka's is the same lightsaber; it just detaches into two.
It detaches. I get it. I get it. I just maybe it was just because he was using it, and he's one of my favorite characters. He's just a badass, like straight up gangster killer. I love
stupidest lightsaber, Kylo Ren.
See, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind
cross thing. You would totally
like cut your arms to me.
With the things coming out the side. This is retarded.
Yeah, I kind of dug it. If it wasn't Anakin's, I would say Luke's first. Now knowing that it was Anakin's at one point, the blue lightsaber, I just was never a big fan of it until I found out later on that was Anakin's and all that. But I would say originally I was like,
which is what's her name's in the new one?
It's Rey's. It's Rey's in the new one. Correct. Yes.
Lightsaber that's been through it all, basically.
Yeah. That's the relic that's made it through all of this shit is Anakin's lightsaber. All right, let's do this. You say Ahsoka's is the best lightsaber?
Best lightsaber, probably as far as total lightsaber, yeah.
Okay.
Purple on Mace Windu. That's the purple's awesome. So Ahsoka's
color.
Ahsoka's hilts with purple.
So he's
blades.
talking about what's his name? The purple lightsaber was Samuel L. Jackson. And that was part of his deal of doing that movie. If you didn't know that, is he said he wanted a purple lightsaber, and Lucas said we could probably work something out. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, a lot of R2D2s, Chewbacca's, a lot of Chewbacca in the a lot of love for Chewie, and I'm okay with that. So thanks for doing that one. Our last poll question kind of is going to be the transition to what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about tactical, and I asked this question because it can go a lot of different ways, and that's part of what this discussion is going to be about. The question is do you own a pistol caliber carbine, PCC? Yes, no, not yet, but will soon. TJ, PCC?
Oh, yeah, several.
Absolutely.
Foxtrot Mike, and then a little spikes that I built myself.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them.
Yeah, I love them.
You know, one of my favorites still is the Beretta CX4.
I kept building them when the ammo prices were going crazy, and I was like, you know what?
Sure.
I've got a ton of 9mm. Let's build some PCCs.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny is to build a 5.5 or a 7.5 PCC is probably nowadays more expensive than building an 18-inch AR in 5.56.
Oh, easily.
Go figure. Because everyone's wanting one now.
Exactly.
Clove, you're gonna start getting the rashes. We start talking tactical.
I don't feel comfortable talking about all my PCP on a live chat.
I understand that. The DEA is
Fair
listening.
enough.
The DEA is listening.
Yes,
so this is where I know you do, but this is where the conversation is going to go. Is when I put this out there for a specific reason, because I think today, especially with people that are just into guns in the last, let's say, 5 years, when you hear the word PCC, most of them go straight to 9mm AR pistol. That's what most think about. But that's not necessarily the only thing that is considered a PCC.
I have a high point.
So what's that?
I have a high point.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, absolutely. But pistol caliber carbines have been around for a long time, and they don't have to be sub 12 inches to be considered a PCC. Actually, if you're talking carbine length, an AR pistol shouldn't even really be considered a carbine because it's not carbine if we're getting very technical with terminology. But this is what we're going to be talking about is definitions. What is tactical? What is all this stuff? And I know that Clover, we had this discussion. There are weapons from 150 years ago or 140 years ago, whatever, that technically probably are pistol caliber carbines. The Rossi 92 lever action. We've had this discussion. An 1890-ish lever action, but that thing probably is a pistol caliber carbine. But once again, most people don't see something like that being a pistol caliber carbine. So yeah. The answer is interesting. 52% say no. 27 say yes, and 21 say not yet, but will soon. So we'll combine those two. But no's are at 52, and you combine the others at 48, which is actually surprising to me. I figured it'd be overwhelming if you combine the yeses or will soon. I figured that'd be at least 70%.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little surprised.
Yeah, I figured everybody would have at least had one or built one by now.
Yeah,
just
sure.
Especially during the great Ammogeddon when 9mm and 45 and 40 and everything else were so cheap.
Yep. A lot of people in the comments were asking about 22. Is 22 considered a pistol caliber? 100% it is.
Yep.
I would. It's the OG. And Clover actually told me something that I didn't realize. It was not originally called the 22 long rifle. They only start designated as a long rifle because most people back then start using them with long rifles, but it wasn't called 22 LR originally. So Clover, you want to kind of tell that story a little bit?
There was a lot of iterations of 22. Yeah, 22 pin fire. You just had so many different ones, but roughly speaking, 22 short was the first, and it was a revolver cartridge, which we got to get into the terminology of pistol because a lot of people have a problem calling a revolver.
We went down this rabbit hole for about 15-20 minutes also. Yes,
but
absolutely.
Handguns in general have been called pistols since like the 1500s, so get over it. If somebody,
and that's another thing and that's another thing we're going to talk about. But once again, we talk about what people go PCC in today's society. They think 9mm AR pistol.
Right.
When you hear the word pistol today, even the industry gets involved with this.
I think
a pistol, semi-auto, and a revolver, but they're all handguns. So the terminology. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they were all called pistols back in the day.
Mm-hmm. And so, 22 short was the first. It moved into the 22 long. And then, as they were chambered for, more things were chambered for longer barrels. You had, more of a powder burn, the cartridge obviously has a little more volume, that sort of thing. And so, you moved into long rifle. That's what you've got nowadays. And so you can still find 22 shorts and 22 longs out there. But
I bet you could probably find 22 short before you could find 22 long. Just long.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. And my recommendation, if somebody, if you have something obviously that will only shoot shorts, you're going to have to go get shorts, plain and simple. But CCI makes one called a CB short. Charlie Bravo short, and then Aguila makes a Colibri, which is basically they're a ton of fun in revolvers and things that don't have to cycle because they're super quiet. It's like shooting a pellet rifle almost. They're awesome.
Excuse me.
So if you want the feel of shooting a short in some more modern produced ammunition, those are two options that you have.
Yep. Defense Dad says the next PCC he wants is a lever action 357. Now, I will say this. If I was to jump into a lever action game, it would probably be a 357.
The OG would be 38, but yeah, I hear you.
I ain't OG.
4570.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, 357 wasn't around in Liber Action days and stuff.
4440.
4440 was, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's an OG.
44 Magnum was not either.
Yeah.
So
the Henry,
not in Lever Action days, so like not in the 1800s.
the 1890s, yeah. What was the Henry? What was the Henry chambered in? What again? That was
original was 44 Henry rimfire.
44 Henry, and then the Winchester went to 4440, correct?
Yeah, Winchester picked up that design, and then they went to the 4440, which was also used in revolvers. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So the Winchester might be considered a PCC, but the Henry probably wouldn't, in technical terms.
Because
the 44 Henry, I mean, was there anything that shot that besides the Henry?
I don't think there was ever a revolver in 44 Henry. I think that you could, because it was a weaker cartridge. Then that's the reason they went to 4440s. The 44 Henry was a much weaker cartridge than the 4440. So it could have, obviously, if a revolver can handle a 4440, it can handle the 44 Henry.
But back then, what I'm saying, back then there probably wasn't one.
Yeah.
That you knew of, and I don't know many. But yeah,
rimfire, everything back then. There was a lot of rimfire back then. Don't get me wrong. Man, you go through antique ammo. There's a lot of rimfire, weird 44 and all kind of crazy stuff. But rimfire was not super popular for the same reason that it wasn't today. Even back in those times, people were reloading, and rimfire is a pain to. It can be done, but it is a pain to reload.
Yeah. Can you imagine just the lifestyle of the 1890s in the Wild West? Being out in the desert, out in dirt. There's no paved roads. There's nothing but dirt and mud. Those guns, whether they're revolvers, rifles, whatever, those guns back then, those things were just beat to hell and back. I mean, we talk about now doing stress tests on different things.
Yeah.
Their whole life was a stress test back then, you know?
Yeah, those things were built. Those were built to last. I mean, with
well, that's why they're still around.
Yeah, exactly. Basic technology. I mean, the fewer parts, the better.
There's a chance you go pick up a Henry, and it still fucking fires.
Oh, guaranteed.
There's a good chance. So yeah.
There's a lot of antique stuff that.
That's what I'm saying is they were all built the right way because the lifestyle back then demanded it being robust and strong and all of that.
Everything they built back then lasted. I mean, I'm in construction. I look at these old barns and stuff that were built, and they're still standing from like 1700s. You're like, huh, look at that.
About that,
crazy.
It's nuts. So we're gonna get into tactical. And the reason why we're going to talk about this wasn't I think it's a conversation to have because there's a lot of people out there, but I was watching a couple different live streams last week over on Santee's channel, and then they continued it over on Johnny Snow's channel, and those two plus Diesel was there, and Diesel said I sent emails trying to get all of them on here. Diesel said that he thought he could be home from work, and that obviously, work takes over. So we'll try to get Diesel on some other time, and maybe Johnny Snow, and we'll see what happens with Santee. Anyways, they're having conversations on. I think it started out with talking about tactical training, and when I turned it on, I was only on there for about 10 minutes or so, but it was fascinating because. The argument, and I want to not call it an argument, but the argument is what is tactical training? The interesting thing about that is everyone had different ideas of what tactical training is. And I think that that's what a lot of people have ideas. Everyone's going to have their own definition of what tactical training is and tactical gear. Just the word tactical means something different. For me, tactical comes from the word tactics. So when most people hear tactical, they think the cool guy, high speed gear and kitting up and doing CQB and all that. But to me, it's tactics. And it's something as simple as a basic handgun 101 or a basic concealed carry CCW class could be a tactical class, because what you take from that class, if you add that to your personal tactics in life, then that would be considered a tactical class, because it's tactics and all that. But that's where we're going to go and talk about tactical. So I want to start real quick with TJ and say, when you hear the word tactical with no background of what it is, you come on to something and you hear, oh man, that's so tactical, whether it's good or bad. Like what comes to your mind when you hear the word tactical?
Oh, when everybody says tactical, I think of like automatically like thinking the plate carrier, all kitted up, the AR, the pistol, the pants and everything, the whole kit up, the helmet with the nods, that's
Absolutely.
initially when I come up. That's what I think about.
The Gravy Seals, the Meal Team 6, and
Team 6.
the Chairborne Rangers, if you will, all of those guys that are trying to be operators that wouldn't have the first damn clue. But yeah, no, and I think that's fair. I think that's where a lot of people come from when they hear the word tactical. PNW Wood says tactical. That's kind of, and I was talking with Clover about this. It's weird because I have tactical in my channel name, obviously. I'm much more of a tactics guy. I love the thought processing and the maneuvering, the chess game of tactics. I love that side of things. But it sounds to me like in the last few years, especially, the word tactical is almost becoming a dirty word in our industry, in our community, which is hilarious to me. Clover, when you hear it, and I'll get ready because there's no telling where this shit's going. There is no telling where this is going. When you hear the word tactical, what's the first thing that kind of comes to your head?
Well, so first of all, I just want to say that I'm glad that it's finally becoming a dirty word. I worked so hard with the FUD life.
Exactly.
So that warms my heart. First of all,
called me a FUD a couple of days ago. Did you know that he called me a FUD?
Really? He's like, FUD. We're bringing it back.
He's like, here, listen, you talk,
taking it back, baby.
Yep.
We're taking it back.
Ghost, you're more FUD than tactical. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So when I hear my mind goes
Gear from Wish. That's pretty funny, by the way. Wish.com. That's great. Anyways, go ahead.
That's not gear.
I guess my mind goes to pseudo military, maybe action movie.
Okay, sure.
Sure. That sort of thing, to where it's, I think, and it's not necessarily, because I agree tactical comes from tactics, and that's applied to everything. You can be tactical about a lot of different things.
Be tactical about changing the oil in your car. Let's just be honest.
No, yeah, exactly. So it just means doing things in a more efficient manner. There's a recipe to it. There's a series of steps to it, whatever. But the reason that I have the feeling that I have is because I think most people view tactical that way. It's tactical. It's just something hip. It's the hipster. It's the ponytail. It's the skinny jeans. It's the cool thing, right? And it's like, that's fine and all, but what do you
the wing tips?
Listen, John Wick's.
Yeah, I mean, what are you trying to do? I don't, and
comfort counts,
and that's fine. But and I think that it. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, all my other FUD life brothers out there, but I think that if you grow up around firearms, and obviously if you're my age and you've grown up around firearms for the vast majority of your life, you really didn't really see anything tactical except for military, the movies, that sort of thing, TV, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you're aware of history. You're aware of the Old West stuff. You're aware of when certain calibers came in. You're aware of a lot more things than just the flavor of the day polygon AR variant. And I think that a lot of people out there that, when they hear tactical, they say tactical, they use that term. That's where their mind at is like they're limited. They haven't been exposed to a lot of other stuff. So that's just where they put themselves.
Generational separation from all the kids like me, even my son. Like
doesn't have to be generational. You could grow up in you could have been born in the 90s, and until you grown up, left the house, was 25 to 26 years old, never shot an AR or a poly pistol or anything like it. It's possible. Grow up on a farm or whatever the case may be. Been around guns, just you were never around those.
I've had kids look at the lever gun and what is that? Like,
oh my God, yeah,
it's a lever gun. I know.
If it's not on Call of Duty, they just don't know.
Exactly. And that's the only reason they know anything about like the Mosins or anything like that is because of the video games.
Yep. SwitchPod out there. What's that?
Well, I was saying when you're talking about Mosins and stuff, that gets into a whole other thing of, it makes you wonder what the mindset was, right? Back after, World War I, World War II, right? When you start having surplus. Because if you think about it, you got World War I, World War II, you've got the Mosins, right? You've got the 1903s, you've got the Enfields. How many of those surplus came back in and were turned into hunting rifles, and they were taken from a state of what was tactical of the day, right? And turned into a hunting rifle, more of a tool, right?
Yep.
Which is interesting. More of a multi-purpose tool, I should say.
Yeah. SwitchPod says tactical training should be training in the areas that you aren't proficient in and yet be medical shooting. Absolutely. Tactics. G out there says in the early 2000s, the word tactical was co-opted as a tag like ballistic nylon or hunter's choice or mil spec. And now it's useless like all natural or organic.
Right.
Yeah, because you could just do that, not now, but just out there, guys, do this sometime. Go to Amazon and just type the word tactical. Right. You'd be surprised at what the fuck pops up on Amazon with nothing else, just the word tactical. They've got tactical attached to everything, and it's hilarious.
All Chinese made. I'm doing it now too because I got to see this.
Yeah. But yeah, once again,
tactical everything.
It's tactical. You've got tactical screwdrivers. You've got, it's crazy.
OLED came up first.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think it did for me. What come up first? Oh, it did. OLED did come up first.
Oh my God. Don't do that. Nobody do that.
All right, no, don't do that. Yeah, I'm getting out of there.
So we've got boots, pants, backs, gloves, survival kit, spotlight, which is interesting.
A tactical spotlight. It would be like a multi-tool, like screwdrivers. The tactical screwdriver.
There's gloves, pants, all kinds of stuff. But OLED flashlights and weapon lights were the first ones to come out.
Cameras, walkie-talkie, shirt, an airsoft.
Tactical airsoft. A tactical T-shirt.
Yep. Listen.
Absolutely. Shorts.
Everything's tactical.
Cargo shorts. Like
tactical's watered down. It's just a
description.
Now. Watch lighter.
Tactical water. That's funny. Everyone knows that during the wintertime and all of that, I wear a lot of tack pants because they're comfortable as shit. And you can ask Clovers. I got him off of jeans to tack pants.
That's on my list.
They used to be called cargo pants. Like growing up, they were called cargo pants. Now they're tactical pants.
So I can't call them cargo pants anymore.
Or duty pants. A lot of times,
sure.
I've heard that.
In LEO world, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, or fire department or whatever.
Yeah, they were cargo pants. And now they're tactical pants.
Tactical.
Damn it.
I
had to get some of those tactical pants. Just try them on, see how they work.
I do see some pretty cool looking tactical pants on here. I will.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, after the show, I'll get some.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was like, $11. I'm in.
Who let this fucker in?
Damn right. Yeah, Gary's not doing his job.
Gary, Dan Hammer's got to take care of this sumbitch. What's up, Jeffrey? How are you? G says, like if they were making a catalog, they use tactical for things that are not hunting, camping.
Pretty much. There you
If
go.
it's not FUD, it's tactical. There is, and that's another part we're going to go with. It's like you split our community. You're either FUD or tactical. You can't be both. You know, I know Buck's out there calling himself the tactical FUD. That ain't happening. But no, he's right. It's either hunting shit, which is FUD stuff, and outdoor and all of that, camping, or it's tactical. And it's like, you're telling me that I can't wear my cargo pants while I'm hunting or camping out? As a matter of fact, that's when you want cargo pants, is when you're hunting and camping out. You know, you're telling me that I can't go and run CQB. It's not the most preferred, but you tell me I can't go run CQB with a lever action? You give me about a week to train with that thing, and I guarantee you I can run some CQB with a lever action. So, yeah, it is absolute tactical sport. Exactly. Yeah, but I think that is right. I think that it has split. You're either a FUD or you're tactical, and there is no gray area. And that's a shame because, you know, we talked a little bit about the word pistol. You talk the word, you know, about a lot of these different words, and it's like terminology and definitions are changing so rapidly to where 15 years ago, you could say a pistol and you say, oh, what kind? Revolver, semi-automatic, what kind do you want? Now it's, you know, you say pistol and you're talking about a revolver. Some woke bitch in the chat room is going to go, it's a fucking revolver. A pistol is semi-automatic. I'm like, dude, you know what the fuck he meant. It's like calling, and Clover's like this. It's like calling a magazine a clip. It's not a clip, it's a magazine. Shut the fuck up. You know what that person's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, but we're so divisive because we've got to be right. And we go, oh, yeah, no. I get it. You might want someone to call it a certain thing, but as long as you know what they're talking about, shut the hell up.
Problem is, you're seldom going to be right.
Eat our own. We eat our own. We're our own worst enemy in this community. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
We were talking, you know, Teach and I were talking before this, like, why people hate us. Hell, we hate ourselves apparently.
Yeah. So, you know? So there was a guy that come in on my Gerson 1911 10mm video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And new guy to shooting. I mean, not been around. When I say new, obviously not been around the block as long as I have. And he come in and he was, oh man, it sucks about your pinky finger. You know, if you didn't have the bum finger, you could control that 10mm better than what you did, blah, blah, blah. Right. And I'm like, yeah, it does suck. I'm not able to get a proper grip, and it is what it is. I just have to deal with it for now. You know, and then he come back with, you know, yeah, you know, that's what, you know, I don't understand. I said, he was like, I like the 10mm, you know, but I don't understand the popularity it's gotten and why they felt the need to have the 10mm after the 40. And I'm like, what did he just comment? I had to go back and read it again. And I'm like, this dude's new and don't have a clue what he's talking about. I said, bro, I hate to break it to you, but no.
He's been on the wrong forums.
I pulled one from my wife. I said, no. The 10mm was around about a decade before the 40 ever come along. And the only reason the 40 came along is because there were people that were too wimpy to shoot the 10mm. And apparently he went and did his Google foo after he read that comment. And he's like, oh, you're right. I apologize. I learned something. And I'm like, there you go.
You know what happened is he was new to firearms, went on to Google foo and said, firearms forum, and he happened to go find a 40 for life forum was his first one, so he just got introduced the way wrong way. So
those guys,
but it was a good conversation. I'm not you know, picking on the guy or nothing like that. I did tell him about Glock, Rice American's gun, and an interesting story about 40. You know, it kind of primed him for that. And I'm like, go check out that book if you want an interesting book. Go check that out. We had a pretty good conversation back and forth. But yeah, he come in thinking that he knew, right? Like, and it's like, no, you don't.
But see, here's the thing. You can have a conversation and you can agree to disagree. You can be right or you can be wrong. There's three outcomes to every conversation. but the conversation where it's at, and to just completely attack someone because they're using the wrong terminology in your mind is where we have issues in our community, guys.
Yep.
And I agree. So Jeff is no longer on the ban list. So Gary, you can take him off of the ban list.
He's in your good graces now.
He's in my good graces. It's all we need is the Lord's caliber, and that's 100%.
I'm going to branch out to the 380
Lord's
now,
caliber is 9mm. What's that?
I'm going to branch out to 380. I think do a little something with 380.
I don't mind 380. I'm a 380 fan.
I thought our Lord and Savior was John Moses Browning. So how can it be the 9mm?
Well, some of us we prayed at different.
What Lord are you? So I'm saying, what Lord are you praying to? Oh my goodness, some German Lord apparently. That's dangerous.
For some people, it's, let's be honest, it's old man Glock. So
well,
not saying
Austrian,
it's me,
an Austrian Lord, then not much different than a German Lord.
An Austrian Lord. There are some. So Jeff says that TJ's out of the will. So does that make room for me, old buddy, old pal?
Oh, you just climbed a notch. Yeah, he hates 380.
I'm not gonna lie. The only thing we're gonna inherit is debt from that.
Yeah, it's funny. He's like, if you ever review something 380, I'm not gonna publish it. I'm like, awesome.
380 is a great caliber.
I bet he would. I know he would.
He would.
He might edit it down to like a 3-star review, but
he put 10,000 affiliate links.
So that's a good question. Has Jeff ever changed the stars on a review?
Not on any of mine. I've noticed.
I don't think he does. Not that I know.
Because that would be wrong unless he has actually reviewed it himself.
I will guarantee you. If X, then Y. Okay. If X happens where someone initially okay, well, I'm sorry. Math. If X, which is someone submits a 5-star review to Jeff, then Y is going to happen. He's going to change it to no more than a 4.5 because he will not allow a 5-star review.
This is true. That's true. But aside from that, I don't think Jeff would.
Yeah, but aside from, I don't know.
I don't think he'd ever change a rating.
I don't think so. Oh. He says, "Yep, I've had to talk newbies down many times." Now, is that down from a 5-star or from like a 4 to a 3.5?
Yeah. But talking them down is different than he just changes it.
Just changing them. Absolutely.
I don't think he would ever change them. I mean,
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with a discussion on that. Like, hey, is this really deserving of that? And then sometimes you're like, yeah, you're right. It's probably not that high.
Yeah.
I remember in the beginning it was 3. It does what it's supposed to and it functions properly.
Yeah. 3 in my mind before and I thought, by the way, thank you, Jeff, for actually putting the
I
only 380 ratings.
It helps out a lot of people.
The gear definitions of what the gears mean. And actually, I've had some of these industry manufacturers, like when I'd send the links and say, hey, here's my review. They're like, by the way, thanks for explaining what the gear system is, because I was getting ready to be a little pissed. And, and I was like, a 4-gear rating is really good,
Right.
Once you're at the top of your price point and all of that. Because everyone wants a 5-star, because at Amazon, everyone's a 5-star rating. That's not how it is.
5-star.
They do pay you for the 5-star.
I've gotten some snarky emails about the hey, thanks for taking off half a star because of this. I'm like, it was sorry. It's the way it works,
By the way, your English sucks.
Right. Yeah. Oh, like, taking off a half a star because of it's slippery or whatever. I'm like, yeah, it's sorry. When my hands are wet, it's slippery. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. So he says, I must have missed Diesel. Diesel has not shown up. He was pretty sure he'd be home from work and all of that. Life happens. He very well could be at work and got caught up. So we'll make sure we get Diesel back on for sure. And we'll try to get Johnny Snow and all of that. But I mean, life happens. I mean, there are times when I don't have time to really do the show and but all that. But yeah, our buddy Mandatory Carry out there says, I don't know what he says. I think he's having a stroke, but keep fighting. I'm Leighton. I don't know. I don't know. I love the dude. A little off. And he knows that. He gets a kick when I call him a little off. A little off his rocker. But no, I appreciate you, Mandatory Carry. Keep fighting. We're all a little off. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I've had companies say, you know, I was going to get a little pissed when I saw a 4 or 4.5 star rating because, you know, I thought it's, you know, I said, first of all, coming down from the chief gearhead, you know, the emperor of Gear Report, there will never be a 5 gear rating. Nope. So the best really you can hope for is to die in your, I mean, a 4.5 gear
right
review, but a 4 gear review is really,
yeah.
That's in my eyes, knowing the gear system that we all write under for Gear Report, a 4 gear rating is really almost like a 5 gear because it's really good. I've only done one 4.5 gear review ever. Most of mine are 3.5 to 3 to 3.5 to 4.
I don't have,
and 4 is pretty strong, you know.
That's the first thing I do is look for something I don't like or something that's wrong about it.
I'm the same way.
It's I think 4 is the highest I've been. I haven't found about 4.5. I've got one that
I think I've got one. I've got a 4.5.
One that's going to be probably a 4.5 by the time I finish it.
Yeah.
Like I had to search and search and search, and I can't find. Like, I got to find something wrong with it, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah, and that
I don't know what, but I'll figure it out.
Real thing.
It is.
Sometimes it's like the stipplings just
exactly
off, you know, or something.
Yeah. Like
things
an A2 grip, son of a bitch.
Exactly. $10 super chat for the troops. Great show tonight. Had fun. Thanks, Pat. Appreciate you very much.
Yep.
Jeff says there could be a 5. Theoretically, it would have to finish me though.
The old happy ending review. It's not going to happen.
Happy ending review, and maybe there is a doll that you can find on Amazon that might fill that.
Don't. He's on that Vine program. You know he will. Damn it.
Oh, you'll find it. He needs. Why he doesn't have a doll in the passenger seat of every place he goes, that Hummer, is beyond me.
The worst part, it's going to show up at my house. Like he just ships stuff here. Like, hey, you have to do a review on that. I'll be like, what is it? Just open the box. I'll be like, oh, bitch. I was like, all right,
absolutely.
Whatever.
And I'm sure Crystal would be loving that.
Listen, it's my job. She's got to deal with it.
That's right.
Yep.
A little menage a trois with the old doll, huh? Yeah.
I'd make her blow it up too.
No, not touching that one. Not touching that one. I'm not going down that road, my friend. But yeah, you know, you could have some fun. He could have some fun with a doll that you can get on Amazon.
Oh my gosh!
Have to cool it out, you know, face paint and all. I mean, put it up in the turret.
Yeah,
the turret with the hands on the saw, and just have it all like sadistically face painted and all that. I could probably help him out. We did some sadistic face paint back today. We could probably have some fun with that. But that would be, and just keep it there. That would be badass. Like go get like a mannequin and just put it in the turret, man, and just deck it out. That would be so badass. Oh shit. He said Jeremy had a doll, just saying, played out already. Jeremy, I think is that Jeep guy. Maybe was that the Jeep guy that was there? Oh, who? What?
Yeah, Jeremy.
I think you said Caramy.
It's Caramy. It was the combo between him and his wife. The Caramy.
Oh,
they do the gym down south.
I'm not that smart.
I know. You didn't eat your Crown vitamins today.
They're sitting right over there. Go get some.
No, don't do it. Don't do that. Oh, he's going to get the Crown vitamins. Jesus. I mean, we got him a giant box of Crowns. Clever. Did you see that?
Yep.
Like, how many Crowns was that Jeff sent you? It's like 1,200.
1,200 crayons. Jeff sent me. The funniest thing is I didn't know who sent it to me at first. It had no name, no nothing. And then he like sends me a message, dude, why haven't you posted a picture of the crayons? I'm like, because I don't know who the hell sent them to me.
That's what he loved.
Obviously, I do now. You know, if you're gonna buy something on Amazon and send it to somebody, you know, in the comments or like in the description or something, just say, hey, it's from Jeff, so someone knows who the hell they're from.
Right. Well, I told him to put it. He needs to send it under the White Rhino to the White Rhino, and then he would know from Jeff.
He would know.
So like,
well, I probably would have imagined I would have gone first to Chase,
right?
Because Chase is the one that came up with White Rhino. But yes, with the crayons in White Rhino, I would have gone directly to
like
Jeff.
When the stuff shows up to my house, it's under Sexy Steve or Mama Son.
Fantastic.
That's what he calls Crystal, Mama Son.
There's my crayon.
Oh, there you go. They're delicious. I love them. See? I'll wake you right up on it.
So good. That's a strawberry flavored.
Oh, it's not your favorite, I know, but still, strawberry.
Not my favorite. I got me a blueberry over here.
Ooh.
I might have to go with the blueberry.
Everybody knows what the goes for Christmas and birthdays and holidays.
Oh yeah, blueberries where it's at. Sure. I had seen something not too long ago, and I got them and tried them and loved them. Blueberry gummy bears.
Oh yeah,
saying it's a thing and it's awesome.
I am a gummy fan, and that was my biggest downfall. Is I love like those big 5-pound bags of gummy bears you get at Sam's Clubs. It lasts me like 3 or 4 days,
maybe.
If that, yeah. If I'm at the house and something good comes on TV, done. So I lay up. But yeah, the like these Sour Patch Kids, the watermelon Sour Patch Kids. Oh my god, they have a strawberry one that's even more disturbing.
Sour Patch Kids are the bomb.
So gummy fare is my weakness. Anything gummy. Yep.
Yes. So everyone knows I'm a big gummy, and there's gonna be a little surprise possibly coming on the line with some branded gummy bears, possibly.
There we go.
Gonna be, give me some Ghost Tactical gummies coming. So maybe
talking about that's gonna be awesome.
Just saying.
Sign me up for some. I'll buy some.
Sorry, I'm no longer hungry. Pick me right up. SwitchPod says kiss face paint. Show's not squeaky clean tonight. It's squeaky squeaky. Oh yeah, it's very rarely ever squeaky clean. Great fire starter.
Yeah.
True. Jeremy spoke in class today. Yes, he did. Great song, by the way. Guess who's coming to town, Clover? In our rural area of Arkansas, guess who's coming to town to play a concert?
No.
Ricky Skaggs.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, just the fact that he's coming like to our area.
Like 1,000 years old now. But
yeah. But the fact that it's not in Little Rock and it's not at these colleges, it's like in an outdoor amphitheater that seats like 200 people in the middle of the park.
Those are the ones to go to.
Oh, yeah. Shows. Ricky Skaggs. Can't wait. All right, sorry. Let's get back on.
Got excited. Where were we at?
We were talking tactical. We were talking Amazon. That's where we left off.
Oh no, I clicked off. I had to click it off. It was horrible.
Yeah. We're talking a little bit about terminology, and this is something that's not just tactical, but it's the terminology in general. Is everyone's kind of got their idea of what different things mean, and once again, I think that, and it's not just our community; it's every community.
Yeah.
There's the know-it-alls, and just remember this, class. No one likes the smartest kid in the class. There's your public service announcement. If you're that guy, Clover, I'm sorry. Did I say that? No. If you're that guy, no one likes the smartest kid in the class. So don't be that guy, especially if you're talking to someone like Clover. Clover very quickly was able to decipher that the person he was talking to, just by what this person was saying, is probably fairly new to our community and may not have the education and the knowledge to do this. So instead of chastising, let's have a conversation.
Yep.
And once again, we're our own worst enemy. And if you hear someone say, you know, oh man, I can't find a clip for that Glock 19, don't fucking say it's a magazine. First of all, they don't give a shit what you think.
Right.
They're going to call it a clip regardless. You look like a douchebag, and you probably just pissed them off. So why don't you just let it go and say, hey, I think they're over there in the aisle over there. You know what they fucking meant. So let's stop that.
I know a lot of dumb people with college degrees, so I'm saying it's
true that.
Yep.
True that.
Everybody's wrong and everybody's right. You're right in your own
Should I
mind.
go with the orange crayon?
Ooh.
Orange? I like me an orange every now and then. I like orange.
Like an orange Fanta once in a while.
See, I'm not an orange Fanta guy. I love orange juice.
Every once in a while. Like, I'm like, you know what? I want some orange. Something that just says
now.
Pow,
I like an orange. Orange Gatorade is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah,
pretty good.
I try not to drink liquids during the day.
Yeah. Mandatory Gary says, I deliberately say clip every chance I get to piss those guys off. I know it's how I humor myself. I exactly. Rod is old school. He's just old. He says Sunkissed. He's living on those good vibration commercials for the Beach Boys back in the day.
Yep.
Only fruit flavored pop I'll drink and I'll give you that. I'm not going to drink fruit flavored pop. God, say that 10 times. Fruit flavored pop.
I'm done.
Unless it's orange. I mean, I would never drink like a grape. I love grape. I'm never going to drink a grape soda.
Really?
I couldn't stand them.
Really?
I did not like them, and I love grape. I can't remember the Welch's, what they would call it, the Welch's soda, whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. Couldn't stand them, and I love grape. Couldn't do it.
I love some grape soda.
I couldn't do it.
It's just the sugaraholic in me. I love anything like super sweet or super sugary. I'm on.
Yep.
I'm going for it. Whoa, Jeff. Did you hear that crap?
I think a C-130 just flew over us. Our area, the Air Force base down in Little Rock, they fly C-130s out of there. They come and they fly over our lake all the time in formation. It's pretty cool. They get like really low. Doing stuff, and that was either a helicopter that was 10 feet off our roof or something. It was loud as shit. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I've got the Patrick Air Force Base is like right there.
Oh, you got Space Force.
Yeah, and they'll fly those the radio jammers over, and you'll be watching TV. All of a sudden, like you're like, dude, what's going on? And you hear it, and it comes back on. And at night, they'll fly some stuff really close to your roof.
Yeah,
like all right.
All right, so let me ask you this, because Lance out there, my buddy Lance off the X, put a pack of peanuts in grape soda. What the hell is this blasphemy? You ever heard of this?
I haven't heard of that. But I'll
Clover, you're redneck Clover. Have you ever heard of this?
What have I heard of? I don't have the screen up.
Lance says put a pack of peanuts in a grape soda. Have you ever heard of this?
Well, I know a grape soda, but in a peanuts and a Coke. Oh my God.
Oh no! Don't. I'm down for that. Peanuts in a grape soda, I've never heard of.
Maybe. I mean, I've never put peanuts in a grape soda, but I put peanuts. I put peanuts in a root beer. Put peanuts in a Dr. Pepper. I put peanuts in other things.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
So maybe
peanuts in a
grape soda. That would be probably a weekend thing for me. But I will get a grape soda this weekend. I could try that. Yeah.
There you go.
I'll do it tomorrow at work.
Let me know.
If it explodes, I'm going to be pissed. Whoever said that.
G-Web says, why? That's what I want to know. Why? Now, Mentos in a Coke, sure.
Right.
Now, Mint says, try it out, fellas.
Yep. Listen, I'll give it a shot.
Can you put peanuts in coffee? I mean, I guess you could.
You can put anything in coffee if you want.
What's the point of that? To piss your grandparents off? Yeah. I don't know. Not a grape soda guy. Pretty much anything else grape in this world, I'm down for.
Yeah, I love the like the fruit slices, the candy fruit slices.
Oh yeah.
The grape ones.
Yeah. Oh, anything else grape, I'm down for.
Like
really, I love it. For some reason though, I don't know why. Like, it just wasn't good. Now that said, if I mean, it was like I was like 7 years old playing soccer, and the team mom brought Sunkiss and grape Welch's or whatever, and I was like, it's probably good now.
I
don't know. Anyways,
I'll try everything once.
You're like Mikey. He likes it.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out if I like it tomorrow.
Yeah. There needs to be a review on this, by the way. Because can you imagine the affiliate links you could put in a freaking
grape soda and peanuts?
Sounds like fuzzy fake wine. Exactly. All right.
I wonder if you eat the peanuts afterwards.
Now, here's a question: do you put them in the shell, or do you just crack the shell and dump the peanuts?
I'm sure I assume you would dump the peanuts in, but then I was wondering, do you eat the peanuts afterwards? Yeah. Or just use the salted peanuts as flavor?
I would eat them I eat them as my drink.
Coke, I do. Yeah, out of Coke, yeah, absolutely. With grape, I don't know. I don't know.
I agree.
Peanuts. What's your favorite? It's going to sound so bad.
Don't say it.
What's your favorite nut?
Finish one now. Yeah. Actually, as far as an edible nut, probably cashew.
Edible. Yeah.
Cashew. I like the cashew.
Thank you very much. That's the only nut. It's the only nut I'll eat. Wow. This is going down the dark path. But, Lance says a pack of salted peanuts, no shells. Macadamia Switch Pod says Mac. So I was eating on a big old. I got a huge jar of cashews, and I was just munching on them the other night. Clover and I were talking. So I'm just eating some cashews. Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants. If you think I'm fancy pants for cashews, do you know what the price of macadamia nuts are?
Yes, I do. Ooh.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
So a good friend of mine, one of my good friends at one point, he sold it probably a few years back, but at one point had the largest macadamia nut farm in the world. It was over in Hawaii. He owned it. I'm not a macadamia nut fan, so I really didn't quite understand at one point. And then you're over there and you see some. You don't see them very often in Arkansas, let's be honest. But you see some macadamia nuts, and you're like, Jesus. Like, I thought cashews were expensive. Like, they make cashews look like poor man's food.
But macadamia nuts are good in a cookie with white chocolate chips.
So I don't so aside from a chocolate chip and macadamia nut cookie, I honestly don't think that I've ever had a macadamia nut.
Nope. That's the only time I've ever had one. No, I've had one in one of those like for Christmas we got the Harvey's fruits or whatever they call it. And they had some macadamia nuts like with some other stuff in there, and I was like,
right.
Whatever. It's free. I'm gonna eat it.
Yep.
And
223, you're getting ready to get banned, my man. He said it's pecans, not pecans. It's pecans, damn it. It's pecans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A pecan is what you take on a long road trip.
Yep.
And it's gross.
It is. I use a pea bottle. But just saying.
I knew that was coming.
It has a lid.
How about a never mind. A tactical pea bottle?
Tactical canteen.
Probably. Wes says that white chocolate macadamia nut is his favorite cookies. Mine too. Second only to my my mom's homemade oatmeal cookies are pretty rocking, and they have pecans in them.
Yep.
Not pecans. They got pecans in them, and they're pretty good. A little bit of brown sugar and some oatmeal, and so they run a close second, if not a tie. But yeah, we've got some white chocolate macadamia nut cookie dough, some of the frozen stuff. I think the kids were selling at school or something that's in the freezer. Speaking of that, so.
I don't even cook that. I don't even cook it.
Your kids have been out of school for years, bro. It's just probably not good anymore.
Grandbabies.
It's fine. Joking. Listen, it's frozen. It's okay. So it's good.
Eat it raw.
Like, it's just 2020. I'm like, it's fine. It's been frozen for 2
years. The heat will kill anything that's in there.
That's exactly. One. Cookie dough itself is good raw. To me, but white chocolate macadamia nut. Yeah, it does. So like white chocolate macadamia nut needs to be warm and gooey. I mean, that's one of the best things about chocolate chip to me is being warm and gooey.
He likes it warm and gooey.
Like it warm and gooey.
If it's got nuts in it, he wants it warm and gooey.
But yeah, like you get the Easter and the Halloween. Lord, y'all are killing me. So the cheap Pillsbury cookies you get that are like sugar cookies that are like Christmas and Easter.
I love
Halloween.
Those. Those are my favorite.
Don't even cook them, bro. Don't even cook them.
Yep. Oh no, I always get 2 of them. Yeah. Always get 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't.
One to cook and one to just whatever.
Like for my birthday every year, I don't even cook my cake batter. I love the white cake mix, just straight out the bowl.
Okay, so if we're gonna go down this arena,
straight out the bowl, baby.
I was gonna say like my favorite cookie
batter, cake mix. I don't cook anything.
Brownie mix is the Betty Crocker brownie mix is hands down the greatest invention ever.
Godiva.
No. The Betty Crocker milk chocolate brownie mix. Oh,
right, I'll get some tomorrow.
Oh, that is so good.
I'll chase my peanuts and.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. My daughter and I used to get in literal arguments on who was gonna finish the batter.
It's a battle.
She was
at the house.
To this day, my daughter makes the best brownies. By the way, she overtook me years ago. But to this day, Thanksgiving comes around. The brownie batter is highly sought after.
Battle royale at the house.
223 says, "Do you like boiled peanuts?" I'm not a peanut guy. The only time I like peanuts, honestly, is at a baseball game, and they're warm. They're in the shell. But I'm not. If I'm going to eat that, I want to eat cashews. I'm a huge cashew. I've got a huge thing of cashews sitting right out there. I mean, like a $20 mega thing of cashews.
Costco size cashews.
I don't mind. But if I'm going to sit around and honestly, if I'm going to sit around and eat peanuts, and it's not at a ball game in the shell and all that, I'm probably going to sit around and eat honey roasted peanuts. If I'm just going to sit around and eat peanuts, because I'm not a big just peanut fan. That's just me.
Those cocoa almonds are pretty good. They're pretty banging.
See, I'm not an almond fan either. My wife loves dark chocolate almonds. She eats that every day. I'd say that's her.
I'm an almond fan.
Her keto snack, if you will.
So are they actual chocolate covered almonds?
Dark chocolate, hey, Yoko, they're not covered almonds, but they're like chocolate dust or powdered or what?
Yeah, it's the ones I'm talking about.
Yoko. Of course, she's not out there.
She's like, I'm ignoring you.
No, she's not. I think she might be in the bedroom. So I don't know, but yeah, I'll find out. German chocolate cake is the best.
Pretty good.
It's not the best. Using the word best is difficult.
Just say good.
The strawberry cake I had this weekend was pretty rocking.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We're doing a quick in-person poll.
All right.
All chocolate cake, chocolate icing. All white cake, white icing.
Like
white cake chocolate. Icing? Huh?
like white cream cheese icing.
I'm all for that. I love cream cheese icing.
Gotta be butter. Gotta be buttercream, man. It's gotta be buttercream. Come on.
Buttercream. They're both good as long as it's not like the canned shit, you know.
No,
like that shit's not good. But you go, yeah, either one of those I'm good with. But white cake, chocolate icing, chocolate cake, white icing. Of those four, what do you go with, Clove?
Man, I like it. I like a good white cake with buttercream icing.
That's not bad.
I really do. Don't put no freaking sprinkles on top of it, though. Good Lord, please don't do that.
Sprinkles ruin everything.
I'm telling you.
What? What is wrong with you guys?
Ugh.
I love
The
sprinkles.
only thing.
Hey, I'm gonna eat my crunchy cake. It's like, really?
That one.
Damn.
Yeah, really.
Get them all fired up about the cake.
I'd say what he got.
All right, I like
this cake with sprinkles.
I'm the white cake with the cream cheese icing. There you go.
Mm.
That's what I would like.
Honestly, I'm gonna take any of the four. I'm not gonna turn down any of the four.
No, that's true. But here's the thing with chocolate, that's subjective, right? Like white cake is white cake. White cake ain't yellow cake, right?
Right.
White cake is white cake. It's a very definitive taste. Chocolate cake could be, is it devil's food? Is it German chocolate? Is it fudge chocolate? Is it triple brownie something cake? Is it, what kind of chocolate are we talking about, right?
I mean, they all sound good, but
yeah. Oh, I'll eat them. Don't get me wrong.
I can turn back.
Now Michael might have hit the jackpot. Strawberry cake with a cream cheese icing. I could be down for that.
No, I mean, I'd take red velvet over that.
Maybe.
That's kind of what red velvet is to a certain extent. I love me some chocolate cake. I love me some vanilla cake. I love me some strawberry cake. I'm pretty much down with any of those.
Just cake.
I know because I don't like coffee cake. I don't like carrot cake. I don't like those weird fucking.
Yeah, screw that.
You give me a simple white chocolate or strawberry with whatever icing you want to throw on there, whatever flavor.
Of icing. Don't skimp on the icing.
Probably good. Don't you skimp on that icing.
Yeah.
I'm typically good with those. You start talking about carrot cakes and all this shit. I'm like, no, give me a sheet cake.
Yeah.
I'll take a sheet cake over that shit,
Yeah.
I agree. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Fudge chocolate.
Now, what about a cream cheese cake? My mom makes a pretty banging cream cheese.
What kind of icing would you? Because here's the thing, I think I'd like that. But if you did a cream cheese icing or frosting,
so
it's
like so here's the thing, it's a bunt, so it's like a pound cake.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
And then so you can have it with homemade ice cream, or you can drill a little.
Well, you don't have to have it with anything. With
you
no
don't
icing
have to have it with anything because it's like a pound cake. Yeah, it's
awesome. Angel food cake kind of. I love that.
Yeah, but it's like really dense. But then at the same time, it's I don't know how to explain the texture of it. It's definitely not like a spongy angel food cake.
So I knew he was weird, bro. Mandatory cares. I hate cake except cheesecakes. I don't like cheesecake except for chocolate, like chocolate cheese. And I'm not a chocolate. You guys know I'm not a chocolate fan, but a chocolate cheesecake isn't bad. Is key lime pie considered a cheesecake?
It's a pie.
Okay,
I think that's a pie. Yeah.
Okay,
but cheesecake.
I'm not a big cheesecake. It's too rich for me.
Oh my god!
You know
I mean, if I could have a choice on anything, it'd be just a New York style cheesecake.
Okay, Wes wins the internet. Weston wins the internet. He says any cake dunked in milk. Ding, 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 ding. That's the winner right there. And it's got to be ice cold milk. You can't, it can't be just refrigerator milk. When you're eating cake or cupcake or something like that.
2% milk, skim milk.
Oh, it's got whole milk. Got to go whole milk.
Okay.
Whole milk.
Whole milk. I only drink whole milk. Sometimes you have to drink 2% because they don't have whole, but we're a whole milk family.
I don't drink milk at that point.
I won't drink milk if it's below 2%. If it's like skim or whatever, I just won't drink milk.
I hate that stuff.
No, it's fucking it's water.
Watered down milk.
Yeah. But if you're gonna eat cake or a cupcake or something, or even damn near Oreos at that point, something you're gonna dunk into milk, do yourself a favor, guys. Take your milk out of the fridge 10 minutes prior to eating said snack and put it in the freezer for 10 minutes. And then 10 minutes later, you you pour yourself your glass of milk, eat your cake, and you will thank me for it. It only takes 10 minutes. Or just go ahead and pour your glass and put your glass in the freezer. You'll thank me for it.
The Chips Ahoy cookies and milk are probably my
I can't do it. I don't like Chips Ahoy. I don't like chocolate chip.
I will eat
unless they are straight out of the oven at home. Yeah, my wife, you gotta have them warm.
Well, fresh ones I won't even need milk, but like the store.
What is wrong with you? Dude. My wife is a fucking weirdo. Love her to death. She eats the now she's here. Oh, she ain't here. She can't hear me. But if she was here, she'd be laughing when I say this. She likes the dark brown Chips Ahoy, which is like the double extra chocolate, like chocolate on chocolate. It's like a chocolate cookie, chocolate chips, like chocolate. She eats that shit with fucking sweet tea. That is the most disgusting thing I could possibly think of. And she will eat Chips Ahoy cookies with sweet tea. Now, she doesn't dunk them in a sweet tea, but she'll eat her cookies and then she'll drink some sweet tea. I'm like, you're fucking high. I don't know. All right. So brownies. Let's talk brownies for a second. Fuck it. We're way off the deep end. Let's just
walnuts. Yes or no?
No.
Brownies. All right. Here you go.
No nuts and brownies. No nuts and brownies.
Brownies are tactical cake.
They are a tactical cake.
Yeah.
There you go.
They are 100%. That's the tactical cake. 100%.
What about cosmic? What about cosmic brownies?
What the fuck is a cosmic brownie?
Are we down with a cosmic brownie?
I don't even know what that is.
Little Debbie brownies? Cosmic brownies?
All right.
No.
Google food.
You've never had a Little Debbie cosmic brownie? Really?
If I have, I didn't. Okay. I've had those.
If I had, I didn't appreciate it, I guess.
Dude,
you gotta scrape the sprinkles off. But yeah, other than that.
Yeah, but I didn't know they were called cosmic brownies. Yes, I've had. I didn't know what they were called.
Because I didn't scrape the sprinkles off, so apparently I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah. So brownies, warm. First question: warm or room temperature?
Warm.
Oh, warm.
Okay. With or without ice cream? Vanilla ice cream.
But they're warm either way.
Okay, I'll give you that. I prefer a warm brownie. I prefer if it's a warm brownie, I'll go with vanilla ice cream 100%. If it's a room temperature, like kind of been sitting in there for, I'm going milk. That's just how I am.
Yeah, I'll go ice cream with a warm brownie.
There's also this invention that's been around for several decades called the microwave.
I understand that. No, but here's the thing. For me, this is just me. I don't speak for anybody else in the brownie community. I do not want. I don't want to anybody in the tactical cake community.
Yep, Jesus.
So let's just say this. This is my personal opinion. The only true warm brownie is literally out of the oven. After it has initially cooled from the oven, you do not reheat. You go ahead and just use milk and use it room temperature. That's just me.
Yep. Well, because the heat helps melt the initial ice cream.
And Weston gets it. He said a gooey brownie. Yes. It's got to be a little undercooked. A 93 to 95% cooked brownie
medium well
is perfect. A medium well tactical cake is where it is at. It is.
Yep.
100%. And that will be a meme tomorrow. I promise you. A medium rare.
Medium well.
Yeah. I was say medium rare doesn't sound
rare.
Good at all.
I mean, at that point,
a medium well tactical cake. Hey, Yoko, your almonds, they're not chocolate covered. It's like chocolate powder, or what is it? Oh, she's bringing me the bag.
I would die if she said, "What almonds? You mean D's nuts?"
She's D's nuts.
I would be done. That would be it.
Oh yeah.
Blue diamond.
Oh yeah.
She eats. This is like her snack. She eats. Like if she doesn't have a bag of those with her, something's wrong.
Yeah, those are awesome.
She's pissed at you.
Those are awesome.
She's just pissed at Walmart for not having them or something.
Sounds ambitious.
Yep. Oh, now this is a classic one. Edge brownie or middle brownie? I'm a middle brownie guy. A little bit gooier in the middle.
All right, now we're going out there. If it's hot and gooey, middle brownie. If I'm going to eat it room temperature, edge.
Okay, that's fair. That's actually a good point.
I have something to hold on
That's
to.
a very good point because yes, if it's room temperature, you're not going to use it with the spoon or fork with ice cream. You're going to dunk it,
milk,
which means you got to have the little crust. See, you're thinking. I like that.
There is a concept. We need to write like a whole.
We should write a brownie aficionado
dossier of brownies here.
The manifesto of the tactical cake.
There you go. I like it.
The medium well tactical cake manifesto. Thanks, G23 says warm brownies have no walnuts. Then it's just a 9mm brownies. See, he knows that I have to read if you do a super chat. I have to read it. He's going to cut that shit out and clip it out of this video. And that's going to be something tomorrow.
That'll be his ringtone tomorrow. Go set it. Listen.
Yeah, he said it. It was on. He said it live. And Weston says he agrees. He agrees. True. The edges go in milk, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Room temperature milk brownies got to go the outside edge.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Now I don't even know where this guy's coming from. How about the green brownies?
The ganja brownies. Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, I'm all for that. Sure, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, sure, absolutely. That's all I'll say about that. Mandatory carry. I got the chapter on urban survival cooking. Oh, this could turn into a book of just epic proportions. We get contributing writers for different chapters about different things. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Because, Clover's got to have his own chapter because he bakes a lot. So he'll have, the little, what do you call them? Little mini cakes that you do so much all the time? Mini cakes is what those are, Clove? The tactical, like full auto mini cakes or something,
I do mini cakes.
Belt-fed mini cakes. The belt-fed mini cakes. Eat as many as you can in a minute. Yes.
I do more mini pies than I do mini cakes. But
mini pie. It's like bite size. Is that what we're talking about?
No, they are 4-inch. Something like that. 4-inch.
That's bite. That's bite size.
He's
they gotta be like a. They gotta be more like a 4-inch.
He's like 6'5", bro. That's bite size.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like
maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Bite size.
Whatever.
We should do. We should do a gear report like recipe book or something with food related. And just have an absolute blast with that shit. You are the director of snacks and beverages. This is not Jeff's call.
I have cooked on many outings.
You have a business card that says you're the director of snacks and this we're talking about falls under snacks and beverages. So you have a plaque.
A wood plaque.
So we don't even need Jeff's okay for this. Yeah. You can make the call on this happening.
There we go, Jeff. I'm all
happening.
Off to the races.
But I'm not a cheesecake fan now because they're too rich, but this might be interesting. Michael says his wife makes mini bite-sized cheesecake bites. Yeah. Now, I might be able to handle cheesecake because at that point it's not too rich probably,
I wonder. I've seen those before where they, you just do a cheesecake and then you cube them and then you grind your
deep fry them.
What am I thinking? Well, you probably could, but I've seen they take their graham cracker and like grind it up, food processor finer, and then they roll it.
Oh, sprinkle it.
The cubes.
They roll it in there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Roll it around in there. Yeah.
No, Jesus, he hardly ever asks Jeff's permission for anything.
Right. I have a title now, so I can. That's it.
Damn straight. Put the tactical cake. For those that aren't familiar with tactical cakes, it's a brownie. We're gonna have to start teaching people new. Speaking of definitions and terminology in our community, a tactical cake is a brownie. So mandatory carry says put the tactical cake in aluminum foil or a clean soup can and place it on your dashboard for an hour.
Yep.
Fantastic.
It would explode down here. I mean, it would be boiling, literally. Those sunglasses I had, I couldn't even put them on my head.
Oh, the gators,
Those
yeah.
gators.
I love my gators, but I can't. I don't want them in the summertime.
As soon as they touched my temples, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm done." That's it.
They're great during the winter.
So you know the nose pieces that you have on a lot of old school glasses, like aviator styles and stuff.
Like the little
rubber
things.
pumper thingies. So I had those melt on a pair of sunglasses. One that was on my dash one time. It was literally like it was goo on the dashboard.
If the gators had them, they would have been melted off.
Oh
yeah,
instantly.
Definitely. Now, mandatory just wait. Talking about put the brownie in aluminum foil. Wait, that's a good idea. Apparently, I think it would work.
I mean, yeah. If I can live in Florida,
depends on where you are. Arizona in the summertime, maybe not.
Florida, definitely not.
Probably could get away with Arkansas because it gets hot up here. But
so Florida, you could do that with a TV dinner. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Listen,
if you're in Florida and
your hood off enough, you could fry eggs on it and bacon if you want.
I was saying, can you go to work in the morning, crack 2 eggs and just put them on a plate and just set them on your dashboard? When you got off work that day, could you be driving home eating like sunny side up eggs?
Nah, because when you fry eggs, it needs to be hot first.
Yeah, it'd be more like
okay. So if you put like poached or maybe over easy, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
poached eggs. I don't know.
I'm gonna throw an egg in the car over the summer one time and Crystal's car, not my car, and then
of course, absolutely. I'm not gonna fuck up your car.
Screw that.
Come on.
I'll let Crystal clean it up.
Yeah, G says it was 100 there today. I think it was about 81 here today. It's nice. It got the temperature all last week was like 93, 94 with like heat indexes of like 101 to 103 every day. And now it's 81 and it's very little humidity today, but tomorrow it kicks back up to about 90. So
I leave the windows down in the truck even when it rains. I don't even care anymore. It's so hot. Like, oh, we're getting a rain shower. Don't care. It's raining.
Yeah.
Like it's going to come.
Beach 23 says wife melted a pair of shoes and exploded a lighter.
I can't tell you how many lighters I've had blow up.
Oh God, so many.
Yeah,
so many.
The lighter thing doesn't surprise me. How do you melt a pair of shoes? Like, like the sole of a shoe, I guess. Like melting shoes has got to be tough. I've never heard of melting shoes.
Maybe like a foam flip flop type thing.
Maybe Crocs or something. Maybe Crocs or something. Maybe I don't know.
Crocs are tactical, dude. Come on.
Tactical sandal. You're right.
Tactical sandals. Yeah,
they are the tactical sandals. That's right. G says no. You crack eggs on the street in Arizona, they cook right then.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it.
Yeah. That's true. Find a dark flat rock, and that is your grill. That's 100%. Absolutely. Yep. How about the hot dog cookers for snowmobile engines? Those dogs are very good at the end of your ride.
I don't have that problem down here. I could leave those in the car and it would cook plenty.
The day that it snows where you are, hell has literally frozen over.
Pretty much. So I've seen a video one time, and I can't remember if the guy lived in Arizona or where he lived, but he drove an old school vehicle that actually had a round breather, and he built a thing where he could put a frozen pizza on it. And by the time he got home from work, he could go out on his break and throw his frozen pizza on there. And by the time he drove home from work, his pizza was ready to eat when he got home.
I could have on the old air cleaners. They were like this big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Under the hood, you could just. I mean, it'd be a wig in the middle, but
he built a little ridge or whatever around it or something where it wouldn't slide off. Yeah. He would go out there on break and throw it on there, and he's like, by the time I get home, he raised the hood. He's like, pizza's done.
G said just throw them in the exhaust for a while.
Don't mind the asbestos. It's fine.
Right.
I've heard of asphalt crack in the heat. I didn't know that. Asphalt cracks in the heat?
Oh, yeah.
It gets soft. Super soft.
Yeah, it gets soft, but I mean, I never seen it crack. I didn't think it would crack because it has to be hard to crack. Like asphalt, like you said, it softens up. So to me, it would get like kind of gooey. I wouldn't say it would crack. I don't know.
All depends on when they roll. I mean, I'm sure there's 1,000 factors on when they roll it and the pressure they roll it and how good it's packed underneath and, everything else.
Oh, yeah.
True. G23 did say it was Nike soles.
Oh.
Huh.
You might have thought they were Nike. They might have been like Chinese Nikes.
Wish.com Nikes.
Wish.com Nikes. Yeah. I got a friend of mine that sent me a message today and he's like, hey man, real quick question. Like, how much would I usually pay for an ACOG? And I was like a legit ACOG, like a Trigicon ACOG? Or a Wish.com ACOG. I said a legit, like, he's like a legit ACOG from Trigicon is going to run you anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 usually. And he's like, this guy wants for $300. And I said, is it used? And he's like, yeah. I said, it came off an AR. And I was like, $300 is still, and it looked decent. And I said, but he only sent you 2 pictures. He's like, yeah. And I said, well, I would need to see a picture of the reticle, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what you can do is he did send a picture of the serial number.
Oh,
and
geez,
I said, call Trigicon and ask if this serial number is a legit serial number. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like,
was it?
Yeah, $300. I don't care if it's used or not. $300 for a Trigicon. I think I might be skeptical of that. Just saying.
And the fake ones actually do cost that much.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they're still good, but they're not.
They're not a Trigicon.
They're not a Trigicon. But yeah, he's like $300. I was like, it sounds great, but something that sounds too good to be true is probably too good to be true. Yep. And I said, I'd take that serial number, call Trigicon and ask what, the history on that, when it was made, blah, 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 blah.
Oh yeah.
And see if it even pops up in their system. But he's like, oh man, I can get a Trigicon for $300. But can you?
No, you can't.
And it was like a clean, nice looking used one. It was a lightly used. I said for $300, which is gonna, for $300, that thing's gonna be beat to shit for someone to sell a Trigicon for $300. It's gonna have to go through hell. Now, Wes, that's true. He said it's either fake or it could be hot. This is true. It could be. He didn't say it came off his AR. It said it came off an AR.
For $300, I don't care if it was hot or not.
Literally, he said it came off an AR. I said, well, I didn't think about that. It didn't say it came off his AR.
True.
It came off someone's AR at the range.
If it was a legit one, it's mine. I don't care where you got it from.
Yeah.
$300.
223 said he just ordered another Monstrum, came in today, 6 to 24 by 50. I'm a huge fan of Monstrum, man. I will say that there are 2 companies. There's a lot of great ones out there, let's be honest. But from my experiences of the last years, the 2 companies that give to me the best bang for the buck on optics is Bushnell and Monstrum. There are other great ones. And you can get Vortex for some good deals if they're on sale and all that. But for me, Monstrum and Bushnell are, now we're talking like dots and LPVOs and stuff. We're not talking maybe long and all that. But those, for my experience, I love Bushnell and I have grown to love Monstrum. I got some Monstrum stuff sitting over here and over there. I love their stuff. Clover, real quick for you. Let's just kind of go on this road real quick before we get out of here. Bang for the buck, and let's not put a price limit. Let's just say bang for the buck. Not saying bang for the buck under $200, but just bang for the buck. Like, if you had to tell someone, hey, I'm looking for an LPVO or a really good red dot or a long range scope, but I don't have a big budget. Like, is there a company that you, no matter what they went and bought, you feel comfortable that they'd get a good deal on?
Wow, you just named off like 3 totally different things there. It's like,
well, that's what I'm saying though. Like Bushnell.
So as you said,
you
okay.
can go a long range spotting scope, and I trust that Bushnell's going to be pretty good. Monstrum's be the same way. As
you were saying all of those things, I was thinking, okay, he wants one company for all of that. Yeah, I'd probably say either Bushnell or Burris.
Oh, I forgot about Burris. Burris is another good one. Yeah, absolutely. And I think Burris gets a bad rep. I've got some Burris stuff. I think Burris gets a bad rep sometimes. But yeah, they're really quality for sure.
I've run fast fires on competition handguns for years.
Yeah,
they're phenomenal.
Michael Dunn says he's building his first AR, so I'd like to hear what he's thinking about going with for an optic, or if he's even gotten that far yet. There's another question. TJ, for you, bang for the buck so far, a brand that you would not mind suggesting to anyone, saying, I trust this brand, they're going to have quality stuff.
We can LVPO, and as far as
whatever, just any just optic in general. Like if someone's, hey man, I'm building my first year, I need a red dot or LPVO.
I've had a lot of SIG things, and they've done well for me.
Okay, yeah. Those SIG Romeos are pretty solid, man.
I've got the Romeo Juliet Combo. I've got just the regular red dot. I've got the LVPO. I've got several SIG products, and
you can get them for good prices. Oh shit!
Oh geez.
Here we go.
It's Pat again. What?
We got a double barrel Pat. Oh, he hung up on us.
Oh,
he might have butt down.
Probably wasn't Pat then. Probably wasn't Pat.
G-Web says aim point.
Yeah.
So
aim point hasn't been in my mind for a while, but that's a solid one.
I don't know if they have like a spotting scope or anything like that, but I know.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You know what? You know what? Super uber cheap. Sight marker Barska, either one on the super cheap realm.
You know, I don't have.
I've had Barska spotting scopes, red dots, LBB. Yeah. You know, I've had all of those, and I mean, for the money.
I just closed Amazon.
Shot
so I would look.
Yeah, no shit, right? I have shot many of Barskas. I don't own any. Liked them. I have owned several sight marks, and a sight mark has never done me wrong.
Yeah. I've got a Barska LBPO that I bought before LBPO was even a thing.
Before it was cool.
Yeah, nobody even called it an LBPO. It's on a 1022 now.
Clover started it.
And I kid you not, nobody was even talking about that. It's a 1-4, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, they weren't called LBPOs or whatever back then. So it's like, all of a sudden it became all tactical, and everybody started having to put letters on it. And it's like, hey, I got one of those before they ever, it was called the Barska SWAT or something at the time. And it's still running strong, by the way. And that thing's been on ARs. It's been on my SBR in 300 Blackout. It's currently on a 1022 now.
G says Schmidt and Bender.
Yeah, I guess so. Holy moly.
He would say that.
Might as well just say Zeiss if you're going to say that.
Why not? Now, to some people, that would be
bang for your buck.
Bang for your buck. I can't afford that bang. I can't afford that bang for the buck. Holy shit!
I could probably afford like a 1940s model Smith.
Okay, that's fair. No glass.
Why not? Why
not? The Tactical Reapers out there. What's up, Grim?
What's the other one? There's Smith and Bender, and then there's another one too that's old school OG. I can't think now what it is.
Switchbot says the Leupold 1-4. Leupold's great.
Yep.
Once again, you're spinning for it.
I've got Leupold on my son's hunting rifle.
Oh, there we go. I had to use it up because Carlos Hathcock is what I was thinking. Unertl.
I don't know what that is.
Unertl is the old school scope company that was pretty bad.
Oh, okay. I never even heard of them.
I don't think they're around anymore. I don't think. But
Wesley says Swarovski makes great stuff. Once again, to some people, that's that's not my buck.
There's certain brands I don't even look at.
Yeah.
Like when I go through the filter, no, those are out.
It's hilarious. I'll be at a long range shoot, a competition shoot, and I run. Well, I'll show you. My binos are Athlon. I run an Athlon scope. I run these Athlon binos. Love them. Every single person at these long range competitions runs Swarovski binos.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking at those thinking, the binos, we're not even talking their scopes. Those binos are $3,500.
They're just flexing. You gotta be like, listen.
I'm just like,
I can do it with
I can still see it a mile with those things. I'm good.
So some of the best binos I've ever looked through were Sturkas. And
Sturkas
I've got a couple of Sturka scopes, and they may have 3. Pardon me.
Yeah.
And they've been
I like these Athlon.
solid, and I was able to review. It's an old review on the channel, but I was able to get a hold of 3 different versions of their binos for a few weeks or something like that, and they were absolutely amazing. They weren't $3,500 like you're talking about.
Of the glass or what?
Yeah.
Oh my God. The quality of glass?
Yeah. So Sturka has S3, S5, S7, S9 is sort of their designation as you go up the food chain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had the S3s, 5s, and 9s maybe or something. There was one.
So those 9s are probably pretty awesome. Yeah.
But the 9s were, they were still well under that $3,500 range. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way that the Swarovskis are that much better than those Sturka 9s. There's no way. And they're probably a third of the price, definitely less than half of the price.
Yeah. I remember, so my private life, most people know what I do for a living. If you don't, sorry, but I've been using Bushnell stuff forever in that side of my life and love them. But yeah, once again, Bushnell binos are really awesome. The cool thing about most binos, including these Athlons that are MSRP, they're not that expensive, but they're phenomenal. Most of them are running some sort of HD or Japanese glass now. Yeah. That's almost standard, because if you're not running HD and or Japanese glass, you are probably behind the curve. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what, one thing that you can do, see, in 3D archery, you can't run a rangefinder.
Okay.
And
really?
So,
okay.
and you really don't need, that's part of the challenge. And you really don't need a big high powered set of binos, because you're talking about, 50 or 80 yards, maybe. And that's extremely far out there. I mean, most of the shots are 40 yards or less.
Yep.
I got in there with my archery gear on my quiver, a little Bushnell. We were talking about Bushnell earlier. I got a little Bushnell golf scope.
Yep, absolutely.
Literally monocular little thing.
Yep. Yeah, well, I've got those, but my rangefinders are Bushnell, and they're but they're golf ones. They'll go out to 1,000 yards easy. Not a problem.
Yeah. No, this is just a single thing. The telescope.
Yeah, the monocular. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it works great. It's like a 12 power or something. And I mean,
absolutely,
for what it does,
Wes says he needs a decent rangefinder. I can't. It would be hard pressed for me to recommend anything but Bushnell for a rangefinder.
I have had
a great Bushnell golf rangefinder. You get for a couple $100, and you're gonna be fine.
So let me hit Amazon, because I don't know if the company I got still has them, but mine has been around.
Amazon. There we go.
Well, I just want to see if they're
now,
still.
G says he's looking. G says in his opinion, there is no, people who say there's no difference never look through the good stuff. It's like 720p with cheap stuff, and the good stuff is like, I get that. I've looked through these. I've looked through the Swarovskis. I'm just not willing to sit there and say, for me, a $300 pair of binoculars versus a $3,000 pair of binoculars or spotting scope is worth it for me. Now, I'm also not at the national level where I'm every weekend. I'm going to the national finals and all of this stuff. First of all, they're getting it for free. So let's be honest.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm not that level. For me, these athlons work great. They'll reach out to a mile and they're very clear. Now, if I was the guy that's going to be going to these shoots in Utah and Wyoming and all of that, yeah, I might have to look at that. At that point, I'm at a different level.
If your game elevates, then you're going to have to elevate your gear as well, I think.
Yeah.
So I have the gun shop I was working through the time that I did the binoculars, the binos from Sturka. I compared a lot of different stuff. So yes, I have compared. I've compared Sturka stuff specifically, and I ain't got no stake in them because I ain't worked with them in years. But I've compared their S5 series, let's say, not even their 7s or 9s. But their S5s are on par with big dogs like Night Force Ice, Swarovski, all of those. And yes, I have compared them side by side. Same conditions, same lighting conditions, everything else at the same time. Look through one, look through the other, and they're amazing for the cost. Can you see a difference? Maybe, but I couldn't. I couldn't see a difference. Now maybe somebody else could, but I couldn't.
Yeah, sure. And I think that where you start seeing the difference maybe is, let's be honest, inside 1,000 yards, or let's just say even inside maybe a mile, you can get away with mid-level binos. I'm not saying go and get them or a spotting scope. I'm not saying go get a cheap one at Amazon or Walmart. Probably not going to go out to 1,000 yards. You're definitely probably not going out to a mile. But I think you can get away with that mid-level spotting scope and all that, maybe out to a mile. Once you start reaching the ultra long distance, where a mile plus, 100% there's going to be a difference. It's going to be a lot clearer. The mirage will be different. But there'll be a lot of different stuff. But I don't plan on shooting 2-mile shot.
Probably, but I mean, 1,500 meters is right there at a mile, right?
That's what I'm saying. You can still use a mid-level, but if you start going out to 3,000 meters, a mile and a half, 2 miles. That's where I think that those high-end things are going to give a true advantage.
Right.
I don't know. 223 says he uses Simmons. And see, here's the thing for me. I have no desire for a spotting scope. I almost jumped in to the spotting scope game.
I like the binos better.
I like binos better. That's just me. I like binos. Yeah. And you can buy binos that have the rangefinder built into them. So I mean, for me, I'm a bino guy.
So the perk of a spotting scope is to put it on target, right?
Sure, I get that.
It's on and it's on an actual pedestal, and it's set up in a way that you're shooting a competition. You've got very little head movement to move to the spotting scope, and you see directly your shots, right?
Yep.
Like
I use a tripod that my binos are set on. I can move directly to those on target as well.
Yeah, but are you able to get as close to see? You're talking about ringing steel with what you're doing, and I'm talking about shooting shots on paper is a big deal to be able to see the hole in the paper.
Once again, that's where I am at. We're hitting 6-8-inch steel at 1,000 yards or whatever. Still a pretty damn good shot. But yeah, I'm not, like I said, I need to find the target.
Right.
At that point. I need to, most of the matches that I go to every stage, and there might be some unknown distance stages, but let's say 8 out of 10 stages are going to be known distance stages. So you got to find target A, and it's at 973 yards. So as long as I locate it and I kind of pick out, okay, I know that I'm not going to see right away that target through my scope. So what kind of landmark am I looking for to say, okay, it's right next to that orange ash tree in the distance, it's to the right, it's an inch right of that through your scope. So I can get on my gun, find that target, go find that orange tree. Oh, there's a target. Okay, there it is. Yeah. So for me, binos are just to locate targets. And I agree with you, Clover. I'm not looking to
See where you hit
headshots at 1,000 yards. I'm just trying to get on steel.
Yeah, I like the binos because you get to use both eyes, so it's you know, it's more like, all right, I can see versus this, than rather than just one eye.
Yeah, and G's got a point that also spotting trips are better at checking out the situation.
Sure, absolutely,
or whatever. But then he also says it's not to see your shots after, and I would disagree.
Well, no, you're still going to be through your
hundreds or thousands of people I've been with that have shot competitions that use the spotting scope to see their shot. So it's like, yeah, that is a thing.
Now, if you're talking about seeing their impact, like you're watching the trail through your glass, and then you might be talking precision. Okay, let me go with that spotting scope really zoomed in to work on dope, then I get that.
Right.
So yeah. No, I get it. That's just
when
me.
You're talking about, like when you're talking about, let's say even in people, I get crap about this all the time, and people don't understand. When you're talking about the rings of a 50-foot rimfire precision target, right?
Yeah.
At 50 foot, I don't care how good your eyes are, you can't see the delineation in those rings to know where you know if your shot landed close to center. Yeah, you know that. You know this, that, and the other, right? And odds are you're not using a scope, so you don't have any magnification, right? So it does matter. You need a really good close-up of that target to be able to say, okay, I'm a little bit left, I'm a little bit right, whatever the case may be. And we're talking thousandths of an inch too, but that also can extrapolate out to longer range precision stuff as well.
Yeah. So these are Ultra HD 12 by 50. So 12 magnification, 50. I'm assuming that's what 12 magnification. I see exactly what I need to see. And once again, we're talking about everyone has a purpose.
Right.
I am not doing precision. If I hit that steel, that's as long as I hear that guy behind me say impact, I'm good.
Right.
I don't give a shit
where you hit it.
Now, the only time I care is if it was like, and I'll be able to see it through my scope, is if I'm hitting left edge of that steel, barely hitting that steel, then I might have a hold, just to bring it back. But I'm not doing precision, and I can do that through my scope, not through my binos.
Right.
And the other thing I use them for, obviously, is if someone else is shooting, I'm spotting or I'm making calls, hey, impact, or whatever. So I just need to be able to see out to that distance. I don't need to zoom in and like, okay, well, you hit it 1 inch above bullseye at 1 o'clock.
Right.
Don't need. I just need to be able to see it hit freaking steel.
Well, there's
but that's what I'm saying is, but there are people that want all of that feedback.
Oh yeah,
that's not me. That's not me.
It goes into a lot of things. It just depends on what you're doing.
That's right. That's right. And what you want out of it.
Simple. You've got somebody spotting. I mean, put yourself in a competition situation or even a hunting situation or whatever it might be where you're by yourself, right? It's like, okay, maybe at that point something else works better for you.
Right.
So
different levels for different people. I mean, once he gets to that level, you're probably going to have all that stuff and
different equipment for a different job.
You have to talk to Swarovski and be like, "Hey guys, hook me up."
Like, TJ? I mean, you could build a house all with like a regular carpenter's hammer. Probably, right? But you have multiple hammers for multiple jobs, correct? Just because you use that one hand,
I have different nail guns for different.
Well, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm talking old school.
Same thing. Oh, I know.
Yeah. You got different
Real
nail guns for different stuff.
Defense Dad just got your email. That's pretty awesome. So he has found a VP9 for a very reasonable price. He said it's the non-optics ready, though. I don't run optics on my handgun, so that doesn't bother me a bit.
It's a what?
Interesting. A VP9 for a very, especially in today's market, he sent me a link of where I could find one for a very.
The same link that I'm putting a bid on now.
Right?
You son of a bitch.
I already have a VP9. I don't need one.
Yeah.
I don't need another one.
If you don't shoot it much, let me know and we'll make a deal.
Listen, that's probably one of my favorites. as far as functionality, the mag release, I love.
It's not that good. You're lucky that I'm willing to take this thing off your hands. It's a piece of junk.
It is. It's horrible. All right, we'll figure something out.
You're just be happy that someone's wanting to take it off your hands.
So we were talking about rangefinders earlier.
Yeah,
we went down a rabbit hole. The one I've got is a Halo.
Halo
optic.
Sure. Yeah, and absolutely.
It's been great, and they're not exorbitantly priced.
No, they're not. They're I would say that they're high, mid-level, low, high level as far as price goes.
Yeah.
But they're good. Yeah, they're good.
They don't even sell the model I have anymore, and it's still going strong.
Yeah. Holy shit! Is it really
2.5 hours?
Holy shit! All right.
The cake and tactical
tactical cake took
us for a while.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit! I was getting like really hungry, and I was like, "Am I getting hungry because we're talking food all the time?"
Yeah.
My stomach's just like going hungry. I'm like, "Oh, that's why I'm hungry." I'm usually, holy shit! All right.
So I had to go get more beers.
No kidding. So if you're out there in the live chat, first of all, thank you for watching. If you have any last questions or comments or funny quips or whatever, put them out there now, and we'll go through it. We're not going to shut down if you guys have legitimate things that we'll talk about. While we're waiting on that to hit the chat, legitimate's if you were. While you guys we're waiting for those, I'm going to let these fools talk about their stuff. So I'm going to start with TJ, the director of snacks and beverages at Gear Report. What you got coming on? I know that you got some stuff that is going to be kind of cool coming down here pretty soon that you might have just gotten or getting ready to get.
Oh, I got I've got I'm finishing up the ARX and the BRG9. And then I received a nice care package from Real Avid with the vise, the armorer's toolkit, the cleaning kits, the rods, the mat. So I've got it. That's what I did. Crystal was pissed at me the other day. So I was like, yeah, I'll help you do stuff around the house. I went down to my gun room, organized it all up, redid everything, got rid of my Harbor Freight vise.
You were organizing your part of the house.
My part, yeah. So I was like, I swept and mopped my room. She's like, whatever. So yeah, I got it all organized up and then put together. So yeah, I'm starting to, which is good because I've got a couple builds coming up for Hunter's Envy. I'm building them some ARs, and then I've got all the review stuff that I got to do for Gear Report. So
gotta clean that shit.
Man, I gotta put it together, clean it. I've got probably 4 ARs that are in.
They send you the AR armors kit.
Yep.
Looks like that kind of.
Yep.
Oh, best thing. Awesome.
I love the bike.
Bunker, appreciate you for watching. Thanks for calling in earlier, bud. Appreciate you very much.
Yep.
I like the Gun Tool Max. That's the most pimp best.
I used the bikes today.
I've got the damn cool.
I got that Saltwater Arms Barracuda, and I was putting in my optic on it, and I wanted to get it the right distance, and I just undid that vise because it's a ball bearing and just put it right up. I could shoulder it right up, and it just moved it.
Exactly.
Click. Done. I was like, man, how easy is that? I could do that with my Harbor Freight vise.
If you guys are wondering what the hell we're talking about, first of all, you're going to have to wait maybe for the review from TJ.
Yeah.
About a month or video on it.
Okay, well, damn it, I wasn't trying to pimp your shit out right now.
Just saying.
Let you pimp your shit out when it's your turn. Clover's got one, but it's about, I don't know, a month, 6 weeks ago. I can't remember when, but Real Avid was on with this for This Week at Gear Report, and he demonstrated a bunch of their cool ass stuff they've got. So go check Gear Report's channel. And like I said, Real Avid was on there. It was about 6 weeks ago. I don't remember the exact date. But he had a bunch of their cool ass shit, and he was demonstrating them. Then, if you really want to, go check out Clover stuff.
Yeah, mine's crappy compared to that, though. Mine was done at the gathering and the dark.
But I mean, as far as like thinking stuff through, the way they put everything together, it's fantastic.
Well, and then the cool thing is because they're cool. They're car guys,
right?
You know, and they're like. They don't come from not
right.
A lot of their guys are car guys. They're not thinking about coming from a firearm standpoint. They're coming from I might need this once in my life, but wouldn't it be cool if I had a tool for that once in my life? And they design it, and this thing you realize, but I could use that for 27 other things if I really needed to. Really cool stuff is Real Avid.
Yeah, I love
Absolutely.
it. I'm so
like
excited.
We were literally sitting there that night, and we were like, I'm putting my wallet away. I'm giving my credit card to my wife, going, do not let me have this right now because I'm getting ready to go on the website and spend a shit ton of money. They have so many cool items. They really do.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's all going to get used. Like I said, I've got 4 builds I've got to put together, and then I've still got the, all the gear report stuff. And I've got probably 4 of mine that I've gone through and figured out. Like, okay, I've got so many ARs. Which ones do I need? What do I need to modify?
Sure.
And so I'm doing that. I'm just like Pete Frankenstein them together. So it'll be good.
Cool. Clove. Okay, I need to preface this. If you were to do something in the media realm, what would that something be, and where can they find you?
I ain't gonna do nothing, man. I'm gonna cruise until NRA next weekend.
We're all gonna get in a fight.
Then I'm gonna hang with TJ. Maybe, hopefully.
There are a lot.
I'm gonna try to get there. I'm working every day and every night on this condo. I get close enough, I'm there. Even if it's just for a day.
Here's the thing. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he's on our podcast. So technically, he could blame us and Jeff.
I'm missing work right now. I could be working on the condo.
If he misses NRA, he can sit there and say, those fuckers have me on their damn podcast. That's 2.5 hours each time. Yep. There's 5 hours a week he's missing in work time.
It's true.
Yeah, I'll try to make it. With my schedule, the way I've got everything scheduled out, if it all works out, I'll be there.
Yep. I will not, and I'm hating it. Just another reason why I hate NRA.
They need to make it another weekend. You can't have it on a holiday weekend.
They don't want people there. They don't want people there to vote.
Yeah,
they don't want people there. Yeah,
they did it on purpose, no doubt. 2
things. In Clover, and I've had a discussion with other people, but one, nobody wants to have a convention on Memorial Day, so that convention center is cheap as shit for that weekend. And 2, they don't want people there voting. Let's just be honest. It's the NRA.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, so yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. For the idiots that are still out there live, God bless you. It's 2 hours and 42 minutes. You're never getting back in your life. I do not issue refunds. I'm just saying you're not getting a refund, and I'm not even going to acknowledge that comment, G23. Not even going to acknowledge it. It's fake news, and I'm a little disrespected that you even thought about putting that in my chat. So, good Lord, I can't unsee that. I can't unsee it. No, just joking. He knows that. But no, thanks for watching. If you're watching this in replay or listening in podcast form, you need to go get some serious help.
Yeah.
You need to go get checked out by a clinician in the head. Make sure that you have not hit your head on something and have at the very least a concussion.
But by now it's too late. And once again, you ain't getting your damn money back. I appreciate it. No, thanks everyone for watching. It's always fun. I guess I gotta go change the thumbnail and the title because our guest couldn't show tonight. We'll try to get him next week or whenever he has time. Like I said, it happens, man. This is time where people work, and it is what it is. So Weston said this show was worth the price of admission. Barely. I'm glad it was barely worth free, Yep. It was barely worth free. As long as I'm not having to pay you to come here, then I'm good. That's all I can, but no, thanks for watching, guys. As always, we appreciate it. Get out there, be more proficient with your firearms, get to the range, take someone new with you. More importantly, enjoy the freedoms that you have of being an American. Till next time, we'll see you soon. Semper Fi.